bigger than you. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than all of us.
Sir, you're charged with especially aggravated kidnapping. You're also charged with aggravated assault, and you're charged with theft of a firearm worth less than $2,500.
You're talking about stuff that is not.
By gosh, make them work for it.
Hello and welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict, and boy, do I have a case for you today.
Why is the dog chewing on this guy?
I think they have got the wrong guy there.
Got the wrong guy, and the dog was biting him.
He roughing him up quite a bit. There's a lawsuit.
You will bring the jury.
9 out of 10 judges prefer watching the Recovery Addict live stream in their courtroom.
The fireworks are not done.
Now we're getting commentary on the case. Dahil mihi Anglican for his verbal Latino.
Is that correct?
I didn't ask you to interrupt me. Oh, for crumb's sake.
All right, I got all the buttons pushed. That should be worth something. Welcome back. Happy Thursday afternoon. It's been a busy lunchtime. I got exactly 0 hours of sleep over the lunchtime, which is okay. I wasn't planning on really sleeping. Let's see here. Oh, more updates. We'll do that later. Let's pop in the chat again. All right. Let's see. Where are we at? Ivan gave me a hard time telling me that I'm 3 minutes late. I'm not sure who is first in chat. I apologize. All right, let me tell you what happened over lunch really quickly before we start court again. I ran to the post office, and thank you very much. I got 3 jars of spicy maple bourbon pickles in my post office box. Well, really, it was handed over the counter, which I guess is a felony, but they do it anyway. And thank you very much. None of them were broken. I'm super happy because I just finished my last jar. So the pickles arrived. Yay for the pickles, a shaky ground. But that wasn't it. I got a really nice letter and a card. Carol, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Super generous. And then I also got this original. It appears to be an oil on canvas. Let me just show you what this is. Yeah, that's me. That's me. It looks amazing. It's some great artwork. I told Mrs. R.A. that we're going to hang it up on her side of the bed, so when I'm snoring and things like that, she can look back and say, like, hey, it's worth it. It's worth it. I got this guy. You can't see, really? You can't see? You can't see a thing. I'm sorry. You can't see a dang thing. I got this. I'm sorry, wrong screen. Oil on canvas. Yep. We see court. I'm sorry. Yes, this was a throwback to when I did have long hair. Nearly a mullet, Ivan. Nearly a mullet. But this is awesome. Thank you very much for that. That's super cool. I need to mount it somewhere on the wall.
Is that correct?
I don't know who sent it to me, by the way. Who did that? I know I got the text image from somebody, but I don't know who sent me that. And let's see, what else did I get? 401k, a bill from my accountant. Apparently you have to pay people to pay your taxes. And like half a ream of paper showing taxes were paid, which is good. I paid my taxes, guys. That's important. Some people, count that as important. I'm RA's accountant. For the collection purposes of the money, yeah. I will tell you this. My accountant has still not responded to my text message from about 3 months ago. But she paid our taxes, so, it's good. You should autograph it and auction it off. It might devalue it. What if I spell my name wrong or something? Anyway, I don't know who made it. It's awesome. Please fess up. The package didn't have any notes on it. This letter tells me whether or not I'm able to retire in this lifetime, and I'm pretty sure the answer is no. Let's see. Yep, the answer is no. So, thank you for that. It says retirement on it only because it's a joke. All right. No, I've got these random 401ks from companies I only worked at for like a couple months. And you can't build up a retirement in a couple months. It just doesn't work. But I've still kept the 401ks from all the companies. I've never combined them or moved them or anything. They just sort of sit there and either grow or shrink, whatever they do over time. But that's one of them. Is it signed on the back? It's not signed on the back. It's not. I need the internet winner, please, for trial stats. Who is the internet winner today? Who won the internet? Who was first in chat? Please make yourself known. That would be an appropriate thing to do, or just rat on your neighbor if you do know who was first. Cheryl won it. Cheryl won. Congratulations, Cheryl. Your promptness and punctuality has rewarded you with this punishment. Everything IP related worldwide is your responsibility. Cheryl, you've been outed. Everyone, it was everywhere. The entire class unanimously shouted your name. So you are the winner of the internet. Congratulations. All right. It's me. Oh, Carol, it's me. I did the normal Rockwell painting of RA. Thank you. That is so cool. Look at this. I mean, look at this. That's like spitting image of me. Looks really cool. Carol, thank you. I love it. I love it. I need to find a place to hang it on the wall. Probably not behind me, because that would be a little much, but somewhere where Mrs. R.A. can look at it all day. I think that would be the right place to put it. All right, let's see. Maybe on the door. The studio door. All right, we have some stuff to get through. I think we're going to speed it up a little bit. The Door 2 studio. It sounds good. One more thing. So I go to the post office, and it takes forever, right? They just take forever. It's okay. It's a small town post office. I love it. You talk to the people. There's no rush there, right? You show up and you got in the door. They're going to take care of you before they close, and that's what it was. Anyway, so I get in the car with the pickles and the picture and the mail, and I'm driving around the block to head back home, and I see a guy. Well, I look over, first of all. And the thing I see is there is a dog driving the car. A small dog, just like can barely see over the hood of the car. And I know the dog is driving the car because there is no human in the car. It's just the dog, but the car is moving. And this little dog is not really steering at all. It's just sort of like present, watching the wheel. And as I'm pulling around, looking at the dog, I notice that the human is behind the car, doing the old push thing. And the car is moving through a light, towards a light. So I pull over immediately and say, "You guys stay in the car," because my kids are with me. And I jump out. And I'm like, "Hey, let me help you, give you a push." And so I'm behind the car and I'm starting pushing. And the driver who was helping with me jumps in to steer. I'm like, I get a good push going, and I look up and the light has just turned red, and I'm like going. So I forced him to run a red light. And so we pushed through the intersection. Nobody honked. There were cars going all four directions through that light waiting, and nobody honked. And nobody hit us, which was a miracle. And he was actually just going through the intersection into the little auto shop. But once you get to the middle of the intersection, it sort of was downhill. And then I was worried that he wasn't going to be able to stop in time because there were cars ahead of him. But got to give a guy a little push. And it's always good. If you get the chance to shove somebody when they need a good shove, I recommend doing it. Got the heart rate up. I'm counting that as my exercise for the day. So with that, we can proceed. Why do these weird things happen to you? Do we need some time off to get some sleep? Mrs. R.A. asked the same thing. She said, "Do you want to take a nap?" I said, "I do, but I won't wake up till like tomorrow morning, so that doesn't work." There's no snow anymore. The snow is melted, by the way. Yard's almost clear, except for where we've got like a 4-foot pile where the kids shoveled all the trampoline snow into one spot. All right. We were watching a court with Judge Boyd, which was where we were mere moments ago, and before we took the press conference. And we're going to pick up where we left off. We might speed it up to 1.25 speed because we've got a little bit of catch-up to do. I know they just started again for the day. So we're going to, where's that? We want this one. That one. We're going to do 1.25 speed. And pick up where we left off. This is a aggravated robbery trial where the defendant is pro se with 2 standby counsel who are pretty good. They're like telling him the objections, and he's firing him off. So it looks like he knows what he's talking about. He is literally just parroting the words that come out of his lawyer's mouth. But he's not doing well as far as winning his case. So we'll pick up where we left off there and see where it takes us. I think we've actually got, oops. Did I just do that? Did I just close down exactly where I was? I think it was this one. It was that one. Yeah. Whew. Found it again. If any witness is going to take that microphone home with her, it's this one. So.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the last question that was asked by Mr. Ross is to be disregarded. Does everyone understand?
It's okay, Judge. We already
Is there
forgot
anyone
what
who
it
is
was.
unable to do that? All right. Mr. Ross, you may continue.
After the first day, we began work. You the defendant.
He's the defendant.
Daphne, John, and her boyfriend or significant other or whatever. You said that they seemed to be arguing about something. Is it clear at all what they were arguing about?
I do not know what they were arguing about.
What was the defendant's reaction to their interaction?
I don't recall what the reaction was to, no. I just remember Janice saying, Eddie, we don't need that personal business here. And he left after that. I don't recall what the defendant's reaction was.
Did Eddie immediately leave or did he linger about?
He lingered a little bit. And then he left.
Fast forward to the end of the second day of work.
Okay.
Okay. At the end of the second day of work, when everybody made it back to the shop and everything done, the truck put up, and all the workers were inside the shop about to leave for the night.
Mm-hmm.
Do you recall that time?
Yes.
Okay. Do you recall the defendant's behavior?
Frustrated.
Was he frustrated and like loud and vocal or argumentative, or was he silent and frustrated, waiting for a moment to express?
Frustrated because he was, I guess, waiting for a moment to talk to Janice alone. Not with everybody there.
Did Dennis allow for this moment?
I believe so. I'm not sure, actually. I don't really remember if she left or not, but I think so.
Do you remember a conversation between him and her?
I do remember him saying, yes. He said, if I don't get paid today for the work that I did, I'm not coming back tomorrow.
Okay. If you could rewind just a little bit.
Okay.
Do you recall what he asked her for?
I don't recall that. What? I don't remember what, like how the amount, or what are you asking?
Okay. I can't lead you to like, so what it's like is, do you remember whether he asked her for all of his pay or
actually
he asked her
partial. It wasn't all of it. No, it was partial pay. I just don't remember the amount.
Right. Okay. But it wasn't was it a complete day's pay? Did he ask her for?
I don't remember whether he just was asking her for some kind of payment that day.
It's in record that said that he asked her for money to buy drugs. Was that true?
She told me that.
Judge, I'm going to object to that. There's no way the witness knows what other witnesses are talking about.
All right, that'll be overruled. Excuse me. That the objection to that will be overruled as far as to speculation.
Judge, we would also argue that this is all facts that aren't in evidence. And if anything, I would say it's also a misstatement of what was previously said.
All right, with regards to the misstatement, that will be overruled. You can answer the question.
How did you ask the question again? I'm like,
Number two. Okay, sorry. Okay, no, breathe. Let's let it breathe for a second.
He can lead, by the way. He's on cross.
It said that it's in the record that the defendant asked for money from her, from Janice.
And you're saying, okay, I understand the question now.
Do you remember that?
Yes, I do remember that.
Okay. Did he?
Did he ask her for money or for money for drugs?
Did he ask her for money for drugs?
I did not hear that. But Janice told me that.
What did you hear?
I just asked him to ask for money for pay for the day because he worked really hard and he needed some payment. Janice told me later on that he asked for it for drugs and she said, I don't condone that. But I did not hear it personally myself. No, that's the honest truth. But Janice is, you know, I don't think she would lie. I don't think she would lie. Right? She's a Christian lady and she has no reason to.
All right. So at the end of the conversation, the defendant said what?
Did the defendant say what?
How did the night end?
The night ended with Janice saying, she stayed firm in saying, I'm not going to pay until the job is finished. I told y'all that at the beginning and y'all agreed to it. And so Marvin ended up giving the defendant $20 bill and gave me a $10 bill for gas. Then I gave the defendant a ride to his apartment, dropped him off, and I went home. That's how the night ended.
Did the defendant make you feel, did you feel threatened or intimidated or any?
At that time, no. Not at that time, no.
So the next day, did the defendant show up for work?
No.
Do you recall the day following that if the defendant showed up for work?
No.
Did the defendant come back to the shop at all?
Yeah, the very next day, yes, he came back, but not to work. That was when he came back with the gun. Or am I missing a day or something? Because I was working my own full-time job at the time. So am I missing a day?
You missed a few days.
Okay, because I was working my own job full-time. I was just trying to help on the side. So if you, I don't know what days I wasn't there, but my next day that I saw the defendant was when that whole thing happened with the gun.
Okay.
I believe it was the following day actually, because it had to be, because it was when he said, I'm not coming back tomorrow. Yeah, it had to be the next day.
Okay. Are you aware of whether or not the defendant contacted the owner, Ms. Janice?
I was told yes, that the defendant had came in the morning with his girlfriend, and that the girlfriend was being rude.
Were you there?
I was not there, but this is what Daphne and Janice told me. I had no idea.
I don't mean to say like that's enough, but like
I had no idea.
Okay.
He's asking for hearsay.
But you were there when he. So Marvin or Claire's husband gave you $10 and gave the defendant $20.
Right.
Right. And why did he do that?
Because he felt bad that we didn't get. He said she's a hard one, or like she's gonna stick to her guns. You know, she's gonna stick to what she said. So he felt bad for us, and I needed gas, so he gave me $10 and he gave the defendant $20.
And out of this $20, did the defendant give you any money to put in your gas?
He was going to.
He didn't?
Not out of the 20. Through Cash App, he did. Yes.
I mean.
But out of that $20 bill, no. But previously, yes, out of Cash App, $5. Yes.
I love the third person discussions.
So a man who witnesses the defendant working hard, and the defendant asks for some money from who he's working for, not an entire day's pay, but a portion of it, so he can make it back the gas money. This man witnesses this, and he feels sorry and gives the defendant and another worker money for gas.
Judge, I'm objectified to counsel testifying as well as the form of the question.
Sustained.
Thank you, Judge.
Excuse me. That's all for now, Your Honor. I'll let it go for now.
All right. State, any
Quick
questions?
follow-up question, Judge, if I may.
Yes.
Of course. Ms. Alyssa, so walk us through, what was the agreement with Ms. Janice regarding employment?
She had told all of us, before y'all get started, I want y'all to know that I will not pay until the job is finished, because multiple times in the past I have been where people work and then they just leave.
All right. That will be overruled.
She's basically said that people have ripped her off in the past, where they just leave her with all this work because they're paid for that day and they just leave. So she said to keep them coming back, to keep you guys coming back, I want y'all to treat it as a job. Like when you work at a job, you get paid at the end of the week. You get paid 2 weeks later. So I want y'all to treat this like a job, and you're gonna get paid at the end of the job when it's finished.
And to your knowledge, did James Ross finish the job?
It wasn't finished yet, no.
Okay. And was the payment to be the same for everyone?
I really was not told an amount of payment, to be honest.
But when people would be
speculation?
That'll be sustained.
But when was the time that was agreed upon that everyone would be paid?
Just whenever we finished.
Okay.
If it took us a week, it was going to be at the end of the week. Just whenever we finished.
Okay. So let's walk through, let's clean up the days a little bit. So when did the job start?
Like
What
the
day?
date?
Yeah, well, what day did it start?
I can't tell you. I remember what day it was. To be honest, I don't know. Geez, I'd have to look back on my text messages on my phone to see my text message from Janice and Daphne. You know, because I really honestly don't remember the exact date.
That's okay. That's okay. So let's count backward from the day of the incident. How many days before the incident did the job start?
2 days.
Okay.
The third day was the incident.
And that was June 1st?
Yes.
Okay.
The judge has planned an entire summer vacation during this testimony.
And on cross, do you recognize James Ross?
Yes.
Was James Ross the person who pointed the gun at you on the first?
Absolutely. Yeah.
You recognize the person who pointed the gun at you in the courtroom?
Yes.
Can you point him out for the jury?
He's right there. The guy who's been talking.
Can you describe him by an article of clothing he's wearing? For the record.
Oh, he's wearing a black t-shirt.
Okay. Let the record reflect that the witnesses identify the defendant. That's what the judge did.
All right, defense, any other questions?
One more.
Gets a recross. The judge is doing everyone's taxes now.
Do you remember
Entire county.
the defendant's girlfriend?
No.
Were you there when she came and talked to Janice?
No. I was not there. I wasn't there in the morning. That was when that happened in the morning, and I wasn't there till later. When the defendant's girlfriend came. I didn't see it. No, I didn't see a girlfriend.
What time did you get there that day?
I want to say like 11. I got there late. Everybody else got there early in the morning, like at 9. Or sometime like at 9. And I got there like 11. So I wasn't working that long before it happened. That's why I didn't have knowledge of the girlfriend coming in the morning until after the gun incident happened.
That's all for now. I like to go to witness.
All right, the rule has been invoked. That means that you're not allowed to discuss your testimony with anyone or view anything about this case until the conclusion of this case. Please make sure you're available if either party wishes to recall you as a witness. All right, and if you'll remove the square pin.
Oh, it's gone.
Thank you so much. You may step down.
Thank you.
State, call your next witness.
Thank you, Judge. We'll call Ms. Daphne Smith to the stand.
Here comes Daphne. Ivan, you're going to find out if it's a real name or not. She has to swear under oath what her real name is, so I think it's a real name. My audio is a little low. Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2. Daphne Dawn. I was going to say no, just Daphne Dawn. That's all we're going to say. How's the pro se defendant doing? About as well as we would have expected. Ooh, she's not in a good way. She's having a hard time. Now, she's the one that allegedly was attacked and pushed up against the wall. And now she has to face the man who allegedly did it. Who's this? Who's this mild, tall guy who just came in? Looks like a lawyer. Judge calls a sidebar. We're going to see if we can fast forward through it and see what happens here. If they're able to get to the end of this. I think the witness camera is going to be turned off for this.
Her store into another location, but she wanted to move everything into storage units. And she was asking about this.
Let's back up.
And the apartment on the second story.
How do you know Mr. James Ross?
There it is.
I was taking my friend Andrew over to get some fishing poles from an apartment complex, and I love dogs. I have 3, and so we went into this apartment complex, and while he was getting the fishing poles, there was this beautiful dog they had in the apartment on the second story, and I asked Andrew and the 2 people that live in that apartment, can I take the dog outside to take it for a little walk to go potty? I didn't have a nice collar or anything, and I'm very emotional about dogs. So they said yes, and they were like, you can have the dog. Anyway, so I take it down the stairs, and I come down the sidewalk right here, and then the sidewalk turns right here. And so there's like an open area of lawn over here. And then some.
Now responsive.
Oh, he's the same. Do I continue? Or?
No.
Uh-oh.
So basically.
No. Sloth Live, thank you very much. Super generous this afternoon.
Okay, yes, sir.
And when anyone makes an objection, just stop speaking.
Okay.
I'll make a ruling on the objection.
Okay.
And when I make my ruling, if you don't know if you should continue to speak or not, just let me know and I'll let you know. So what's going to happen right now is the state's going to ask you another question, okay?
Okay, yes, sir.
You may proceed.
Thank you, Judge.
Do we get camera, Judge?
Did you start working at a place called JC's Alterations?
Yes.
Okay. What was the nature of the work there?
What was it? So Janice was moving her store into another location, but she wanted to move everything into storage units, and she was asking about this. And so I had a storage unit at that location, and so that's Eddie that recently passed. He's the one that had me. He was like, "Hey, if you guys want to make some extra money, Mom, we call her Mom. She's going to pay us handsomely," is what she said, and she's awesome. She's such a sweet lady. So we went over there, and does that? I don't want to go too far, but
that's perfect.
Okay.
What was the nature of your employment agreement with Miss Janice Jones?
So it was going to be, she said, like 4 to 5 or 6 days to move from the wood to Chavano. My son's name was right there on De Zavala and wood to Chavano. So like Days of Zavala, basically. So from there over to UTSA Boulevard and the access road of De Zavala and I-10 to her storage unit. And
okay. What was the time that everyone would get paid for this job?
So Mom told everyone that was there, and it wasn't.
I just got to clarify. By Mom, who do you mean?
Oh, I'm sorry.
On the hearsay.
It's the same.
To your knowledge, can you clarify this, Drake? When you say Mom, what is the name of that person?
Janice. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Janice is the nice lady that owns the
so
store.
Janice told us all that when the job is done.
Hearsay.
What?
Hearsay.
Sustained.
Hearsay.
That'll be sustained.
Now, so we can't talk about what other people have told us. We can only say what we have our personal knowledge of. So, to your personal knowledge and your belief, when was payment supposed to be made for this job?
When job was completely done, after everything was from her JC's Alterations over to the storage units, everything was out of the store and clean.
Okay. To your knowledge, how did Mr. James begin working there?
When I was walking the dog, when I was with Andrew at that apartment complex, he said he knew the dog. He started calling it by his name, and he had a beautiful smile, and I was like, "Oh, hi. Oh, you know the dog." So.
And when you say who do you mean?
James.
Okay.
And so, and so I'm too soft sometimes, and I'm regretting that now. But so, when I said, Mom, Janice, yesterday there were supposed to be 8 people that showed up to help her move her store, and I was the only one that showed up, and I couldn't get. So, excuse me, sorry. So I saw him, and he's very strong, and he was very kind, and so I asked him, would you want to come and make a little extra money and just down the street, because it's on the access road of Huebner, where his apartment was, by my friend Andrew's friend's apartment. And he was like, yeah. So that's when we went over there, and then like 2 or 3 days later, everything went completely opposite weird.
So you're the person who recommended James for this job at JC Alterations?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Let's go to the day of the incident. All right. And so June 1st, 2025, what happened that day?
I'm sorry, I don't know. Was that the 3rd day that we were working, or?
It would be the day of the incident. What happened that day?
So, I'm sorry, it's been a minute. So I don't know if that's when, I think the day before is when a girl came in. I want to say she said her name was Pebbles or Pickles or something like that.
Well, let's go to, just to make sure we're staying on point.
Okay.
Ivan, that's a
the incident
stage
with the
name.
gun. Walk us
Okay.
through what happened that
So if you walk into mom's store, so if you're walking in, so here's the door and the wall goes like this. It's like a rectangle building. And we had a lot of stuff already moved out, but to the left of that is like a big square area where we had boxes that we were putting in the U-Haul. And against that area was like metal folded chairs, like maybe 3 or maybe 4 of them lined up right there.
Okay.
And so he came in the door, James came in the door, and I'm protective of mom. And so I got up and I turned around and I got in front of him and I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I go, don't, because he was demanding money again. I think I don't know if it was the second or third time. And I was getting ready to tell him like, hey, mom said job.
So let's break that down a little bit. Why did you feel that you had to protect Miss Jones?
Because I've never seen him. He was kind. I've never seen him aggressive like that. It was like a complete different person. And I call her mom because I love her. She's amazing. She's so kind. And I didn't realize, I guess, his strength. So as soon as he walked in and he grabbed one of those folding chairs and he slammed it down on the ground. And mom's sitting in the middle of the room over here. And he can I stand up or no? No, probably not. Okay, it's okay. So anyway, he had on long shorts and a shirt, and so when he slammed the chair down, his legs were wide open like this, and he said, "Where's my money?" And she was like, "James." She was sitting there. She was very calm. She's so awesome. She was so sweet and calm. She was, "James, I told you when the job is done. I told everybody."
Again, we can't go into what other people said.
Okay,
so we can only talk about what we observed, what we saw, what we heard, and what we felt. Okay.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. So anyway, when I stood up in front of him to try and stop him, I didn't know if he was going to hurt mom. Like I said, it was a different side of scene of him. He picks me up by I had a sports bra and a tank top. Okay, sorry, what?
It's okay. Who picked you up?
James did.
Okay.
He picks me up and he threw me against the wall over here, and I landed literally against the wall flat like that. And but before he did that, he had a gun like this big, maybe, I don't know what, silver gun, and he had it to my head. And then he's I don't remember what he said now because it's been a minute, but it's something like bitch or something. I don't remember what he said, but I literally, when he threw me against the wall, I laid there and I had my hands up like this because I didn't want to think I had a gun or a phone or anything, and I was just praying for my dog and my son to be able to see them again. And then I don't know, Elisa was over here on the wall next to me, and I don't know because my face was down around. I was just praying, so I don't. I just remember that when my head was down, I don't know what between him and Elisa what happened, but I just remember I heard the gun something like right next to us while I was laying on the ground, and he said I felt like it was like right here, but he had already held it up to my head before he threw me. But when against the wall right there, he said, he asked Elisa and he asked us, I think, 3 questions. He said something like, did I do a good job? And he did do a good job. He did a great job. And he said, did I do what I was supposed to do or something? And I don't remember exactly, I'm sorry, what the questions were that he asked us, but I don't even know if I fully was paying attention. I was just so scared. So I thought that the right answer to say everything was yes. So I just finally said yes. And then I thought I was going to die, but and then
if I may, it's okay, Daphne. Take a deep breath. You need a moment?
Oh, okay, yes.
Let me know when you're ready. Just look up at me and nod, okay? Ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's go back a little bit and let's unpack that. Okay. So you said that James Ross was the person in this whole incident.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, sir.
You recognize James Ross?
Yes, sir.
Was he the person who pulled the gun on you?
Yes.
You recognize him in the courtroom?
Yes, sir.
Can you point him out for the jury? Can you describe an article of clothing that he's wearing for the record?
A black t-shirt and glasses on his head.
Okay. The record reflect that the witnesses identified the defendant.
He forgot about the glasses.
All right. So let's go a little bit forward. Do you remember what the gun looked like?
It was like maybe like this kind of, and I think it was silver. I think.
The silver gun?
I'm sorry.
It was a silver gun?
Yes, I think so. Yes, sir.
Okay. And did he point it at you, or did he
put it? It was on my head right here when he walked in, because when I went up to him like whoa, like kind of leave mom alone. So when he slammed that chair down, and I was over here, and so I walked up and I'm like whoa. So when he picked me up from my sports bra and my tank top, he put it right here and it picked me up. I mean, my feet were not even touching the ground. I'm sorry, this is so weird.
It's okay. Did the firearm make contact with your head?
Yes, sir.
Were you able to see the firearm when it made contact with your head?
Not necessarily, because it was up here. So
when did you see it?
So when he pulled that chair out, he went like this. He didn't walk in with it like in his hand. He had big shorts on. He pulled it out when he stood up to tell me like to get out of his way. He pulled it out of his shorts like this.
Can you stand up and show the jury where and how he pulled it from?
Yes, sir. So when he put that chair down, his legs were like, he slammed the chair down. His legs were like this. And then I went in front of him to tell him like, leave mom alone. You know, just go. Anyway, so when he slams it, he goes, and he stands up and he goes like this. So there were big shorts, so you can't even tell, I guess. And now I was not looking for that anyway. He pulled it up, and then I was like, this is wow. I never, is that good or? Okay, sorry.
So this is the point you might want to be asking for a plea deal.
How long did this event last?
I don't think very long. Because I know now, at least it called the cops, I guess. And then I know I called the cops and the lady was kind of getting mad at me on the phone because she couldn't understand me. But all I know is that when I finally felt like it was okay to lift my head up and my hands off the ground, I was freaking out. And they said that, I heard somebody there was two other, I think one was mom's nephew or something, Janice's nephew. And I heard them say that, oh, he pulled out in a red something, I don't remember. And then, but since Elisa had called, I guess, sooner than I did, the lady finally figured out what I was saying to her. And she said, the police are on the way.
The lady who was the lady?
The lady on the phone, the 911 person that I was calling. Yes, sir.
Okay. And so after you called 911, did you see James leave?
No, he had, I did not see him after he threw me. I was on the ground to whatever I was hearing, like that he would, like everybody was like, okay, what vehicle's he in? So I softly kind of got up and just, sorry.
Okay. Okay. Did you see that if there was a gun or a firearm like the one you saw left behind?
I didn't look around, but I don't believe so.
Okay.
I don't know. To be honest with you, I have no clue.
And this is going to be a silly question that I got to ask you. How did you feel when you had that firearm to your head making contact?
I was just praying to God that if I die, that God will take care of my son and my dog.
Did you feel threatened?
Absolutely, yes. I was scared.
Did you feel threatened by James's actions?
Yes, sir.
Judge, we're past the witness.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you 5 minutes and then I'll bring you back in. Everyone, please rise for the jurors.
She might have some words with the defendant here. I think the judge is distracted by something. Don't know what it is. See if we get to hear what it is.
All right, everyone, please be seated. All right, to the defense, it's the court's understanding that you had questions that you wanted to ask the witness, and those questions are in regards to the motion in limine. So if you'll ask those questions, and then the court will make a determination on relevancy and, of course, hear any other objections. You may proceed and focus on the questions that you want to ask her in regards to the motion in limine. All right, so we're going to focus on the questions with the motion in limine.
He's doing pleasantries. Can't hear him.
On the first day that you started working at JC Alterations,
Mhm.
there was a man there with you, and he was like getting aggressive. You remember?
Yeah, Eddie, yes.
Okay. What was that? Was he on drugs?
I don't know. Eddie, he passed away 3 months ago, but he lives in my son's neighborhood right there in the woods of Chavano, but he follows me everywhere. So he followed me to mom's store. So he wasn't with me. Remember how mom was, she told him, she was like, if you're not going to work, you need to go. Remember he was just sitting there,
right,
and we were working and he was just sitting there kind of fighting. So.
Okay. Do you use drugs?
No, sir.
Are you high right now?
No, sir. I don't. I just said I don't use drugs.
So you've never used drugs ever?
No, sir.
Do you have, are you on any form of probation or had any dealings with Bexar County as far as been arrested, any criminal background at all?
No, sir.
Have you been coached or led or approached by the state in any way to testify in such and such a way?
I don't really understand.
Has anybody approached you to coach you on the way that you testify?
Like today kind of thing or something?
Yeah.
No, sir.
Yesterday, the day before, any days prior?
No, sir.
Good. And again, you're testifying that you're not on felony probation right now.
Correct.
Do you know if Lisa is a drug user?
To my knowledge, no, she's not. I mean, we're not. I give her rides, and she's a single parent, so we're not friends. She worked down the store, like remember I called the airport, so that's how I knew her. And so, just like you, I'm like, hey, do you want to make some extra money? Right down the street, you want to come to mom's store and just help move, So that's how, yeah.
At the end of the second day,
Yeah.
when you got done working and everybody got back to the shop,
Uh-huh.
do you remember the interaction that took place with everybody in the shop?
All right, so here's the court's question.
Oh, okay.
Do your questions have anything to do with the motion in limine? If it does not, that's questions that needs to be asked in front of the jury. So is there anything else to do with the motion in limine?
Okay.
Whisper in my ear. Say it slower and I'll repeat what you said.
Would the state be willing to stipulate that she is in fact on felony probation right now?
Okay, that's not this witness, Your Honor.
I'm not on probation.
That was the NCIC, TCIC does not reflect that.
Yeah, the last charge that.
And she also has no convictions pursuant to this NCIC, TCIC.
All right, so this is what I'm going to tell parties. Number one, if this witness is on a deferred adjudication, you will not be allowed to question her about that unless there is some sort of relevancy related to that. What the state is informing the court, and they can show it to you, they're informing me that this witness is not on a felony probation.
Judge, I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
Is this witness on felony probation?
No, Judge, she is not.
All right.
She's not on probation, not on deferred. She's not on any kind of community supervision.
All right. So,
Your Honor, it's Alyssa actually is on probation.
all right. So you can't ask this witness that question. And then with regards to any of
Oh my goodness.
allegations of drug use, yes, you may proceed.
Did the defendant ever ask
It's like wrong witness.
Janice for money for drugs?
Wait, I'm sorry. Are you the defendant? I guess. Okay.
I'm speaking myself
not
first.
to my knowledge. No, I've heard that both mom and Alyssa said that, but no, I never heard you ever say that to any of them.
All right. So with regards to asking this witness questions about her criminal history, I'm being informed that she's not on felony probation. She doesn't have criminal history, so you're not allowed to ask that question. with regards to this witness and asking this witness any questions about any illegal substances, she has told you that is not the case. And I'm going to find that asking her those questions are not relevant. Again, it may become relevant, but at this point in time, it is not relevant. All right. Is there anything else?
Can we save this line of questioning for Alyssa because she, in fact, is on?
No, let me just tell you what will end up happening. The state will call whatever witness they call. And then if there's something concerning a motion in limine, we will take a recess. You will be able to ask your questions, and then I will make a ruling on whether or not it's relevant. Mr. Ross, remember, I don't know any facts of this case. I'm hearing this case for the first time as the jury is hearing it. That's why with regards to motion in limines, I always tell both parties to approach before they ask any questions about the motion in limine. All right?
I would like to also make an objection post, your ruling on that motion because I was never given the opportunity to object to that motion.
Mm-hmm. Well, what I'm going to tell you with regards to oral motions, they made an oral motion. The court made its ruling that if anyone wanted to ask any questions that were in the state's oral motion in limine, the court was not denying persons from asking that question that were in the motion in limine. The court's ruling was that if you want to ask those questions, then we will have a hearing outside the presence of the jury. And again, I'm not your attorney. However, the court's ruling on the state's motion in limine and allowing that to be heard outside the presence of the jury is appropriate. All right. So are we ready to bring them in?
Ready, Jackson?
Yes.
Okay.
And how many more witnesses does the state have?
I think we have
One more here today.
one more here today, and then we'll have the lead detective tomorrow.
Oh, so you have a total of 2 remaining. All right, so what we'll do.
Judge meets the mic to do some scheduling. We're bringing the jury back in, so let's fast forward to this. I can't believe this guy asked all these questions that were not relevant.
Subpoena, let your employer know that. So she's been informed.
Hang on, Spice. Hang on.
And we'll be starting tomorrow at 1:30.
I guess I'll make a point on this because I served the subpoena. Tawanya is served. I have her on text message. She's telling me she can be here all the way up to Friday. I told her, even if it runs into Friday, you still got to be here because you got to subpoena, let your employer know that. So she's been informed, she has it, she's been served, and that's been filed.
All right. All right, let's bring the jurors in.
All right, the jury here.
No, yes, just stay here and stand.
Okay.
You're talking about stuff that is not relevant.
Still playing with my microphone. This microphone. This is a Electro Voice 635AB. The cool thing about this microphone, they've been making this thing. Reporters love them. They've been making these for, I don't know, like 30 years. When this first came out, it's a handheld. It requires a cord.
Bashad.
When it first
everyone,
came
please be seated.
The guy who came out to model this and do like the press release, he picked up this microphone off the desk, picked up a nail, hammered the nail into the lectern. Okay, hammered it in all the way down. Then he plugged in the microphone and he said,
"You may proceed with your questions."
And it works beautifully. And that was the selling point. It's so durable. You can beat the daylights out of it. It still works just fine.
You were in tears. Is there a reason for that?
I was just nervous.
Why are you crying?
You know what happened that day. I got scared. I haven't seen you since then, so I don't know what's going on or what. Well, I did see you that one day when I was here with Mom and I can't. The other couple that lives with them that was working with us. And I heard you yell at your attorney over there somewhere, and I saw them take you in that room over there. So I was just nervous. I'm not.
I saw you yell
I
at
think
your
you're a nice
attorney.
guy. I just, you scared me and I just don't want you to hurt anybody. That's all.
Understand it. I have no intention of hurting ever. It's never too much.
Judge, I'm gonna object to that. That's testifying.
Sustained.
Thank you, Judge.
You can't say
I
that.
get into this. Might be a little bit uncomfortable. Breathe, okay.
Just breathe.
This lady, I supposedly had this gun to your head. Are you absolutely positive that it couldn't have been anything besides a gun?
I saw it come out of your shorts. I know it was a gun.
What color did you say it was?
I think it was silver. I think I'm pretty sure it was. It happened. Yes. I mean, James, you know.
I know exactly.
I don't want to fight with you. I'm so scared. This is so uncomfortable.
James, you know.
What's that with you?
And I'm glad you didn't kill me. Thank you.
Okay, like,
Oh my
now,
goodness.
like, it's okay. This is serious business here, and so we can't cloud it with emotional things. We have to give people the truth. Okay? My
Wow.
life is on the line as well.
Judge, I'm gonna object to that. That's going into.
Sustained.
Thank you, Judge.
Wow.
Gotta get back to this case. So this day, this gun, can you describe it again?
I know. I told you long ago. I don't. I mean, it came out of your shorts so fast, and you picked me up back here with my sports bra, my tank top, and you held it to my head right here, and then you threw me against the wall. So it was not. I mean, it was like all of milliseconds. I was facing you when I was trying to get in the way of Mom because I didn't want you to come
Okay.
bother.
Let's rewind to this here.
Yes.
Let's rewind. How many times did the defendant show up? When I say defendant, I'm speaking
Okay.
to me. How many times did the defendant show up to JC's alteration that day?
I think it was two. One time was with that girl in the red T-shirt. That I think Pickles or Pebbles or something like that was her name.
Okay.
Before you came in, and
So you
she was
think
trying to
she
ask. Yes, sir. I think so. It's been a minute, and
Okay, that's cool. That's the answer to the question. The first time when the defendant came in, was Pebbles with him? Was she with him?
no, she was by herself,
Okay.
and she was asking for money for you, and then
Wait,
Mom.
wait.
Okay, okay, go ahead.
It's okay.
It's okay.
We're in the same place now.
Okay.
So when the defendant came into the JC's operations first time, did you understand, or were you under the impression, or did you know whether or not Janice invited him there, or was it a random him just showing up?
Honestly, I do not know the answer to that, so I'm not going to try and answer. I do not know the answer to that.
So when James came in that first time, was he aggressive?
Verbally, yes, and scared all of us, but me, Elisa, her nephew, or her adopted nephew, Mom, and then
Okay. I would like to be made record to show that, you know, Elisa wasn't there. She said
Judge, that's testimony that hasn't been elicited by any witness. Counsel will testify.
All right. Is there a legal objection?
Judge, it's evidence that's
Facts,
not
not
in record,
evidence.
and defense counsel is testifying.
All right, with regards to testifying, that will be sustained.
And Judge, we'd ask that the jury be instructed to disregard defense counsel's previous question.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're to disregard the previous question. Defense, you may proceed.
Okay. So, when
This
the
is
defendant,
wild.
when James first came to the shop the first time, Alyssa was there?
yes, because I think it was like less than an hour after that she had to go to work, which is down the street to Specs, where she worked out on Isabella.
So,
And I think Mom might have video in that store. I think I'm not 100% sure, but I want to say she does. I mean, that's that she's not there anymore. But I don't know if
do you remember specifically what the defendant said when he walked to the store the first time?
you were just your voice was very loud and aggressive, and spending money, and mom was just sitting there in the middle of the room on a chair, telling you, James.
Are you easily scared by loud noises?
No.
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 So a loud voice doesn't affect you any?
No. My dog is a 85-pound bull terrier, so no.
Okay, so when you say that my voice is loud and it carries.
No, I didn't say it carries. That's not what I said.
What did you say?
I just said that you were very aggressive and loud, which is exactly what you were. I don't want to fight. I'm just telling you what happened. You know.
Okay, like, you are allowed to say everything that you want to say. This, the purpose of this is for truth to come to be ascertained. I'm fine with it. I'm not upset with you.
You need to stop talking.
I'm not upset with you.
I forgive you? What?
Judge, we're getting into whether the defense counsel forgives the witness or not is completely irrelevant.
I'll retract that.
All right, that objection will be sustained.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
So when the defendant left out of the store the first time, that's when his girlfriend came in?
The Pebbles person?
Yes.
No, the Pebbles person or Pickle. I'm sorry. I don't remember what she goes by in the red t-shirt. She came in first, and then you came in after her.
So you remember the second time that you came in?
Or you know what? I'm sorry. I think, no, you came in, and then I guess y'all left and came back, and then Pebbles in the red shirt came in, and that's when mom was like, I just told him. I'm sorry, it's been a minute, okay? My mother-in-law just passed away. I've got a lot going on right now. But yeah, so then I don't know the timeline.
Let me stop you.
Okay, go ahead. Yes.
I'm sorry to hear about your mother-in-law. Do you feel like that has any bearing on the memories of what happened all them days ago to that it may affect your testimony now? Like,
No.
Are you in a bad place?
No, I'm not in a bad.
Breathing?
No. I'm just saying that day, yeah, that day honestly, James, what I remember is that I was scared that you were going to kill me, and I was scared that I was never going to see my son or my dog again. That's the most thing that I remember. Besides that, the stuff is kind of like, what? Okay, so that's, you scared the shit out of me, dude.
Wow.
Sorry.
Is it completely? Do you remember the defendant's wallet?
The what?
The defendant had a wallet. Do you remember it?
I never saw your wallet.
Do you remember the defendant's phone?
I never saw your phone. We worked.
Right. I'm talking about on the day in question.
Well, which day? We were talking about 2 different days.
No, the day in question is the day that this alleged robbery took place.
Well, I mean, as soon as you walked in and I tried to stop you from hurting mom, and you put the gun in my head and threw me against the wall, that was all of seconds. So I don't.
Okay, so what behavior did you notice that made you want to step in between us?
Because when you walked in, you were yelling at mom, sitting in the middle of the room in the chair where she always sits, and you were saying that you want money, you want your money right now. And I'm not lying. I'm scared of you a little bit. Okay, so I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm just telling you, you know exactly what happened. You do. Okay, I didn't want mom to get hurt, and so I didn't know that you were that strong. And
when the defendant came in there, did he
She's
say,
doing amazing.
I'm only here to collect the money that you told me to come and get?
I don't recall the exact verbatim of it. I'm sorry, I don't.
So all that you remember is the defendant coming in here screaming and yelling?
Well, you walked in and you were very loud and you said, I don't remember if you said Janice but you said, I need my money now. I want my money. And she was calm and she said, James, nobody gets paid until the job is done. I told everybody that from the beginning. And then you said, and you held the gun to her and then you said, wait, let me finish, please. And then when you did that and you held the.
Do you recall Janice instructing?
It's not your turn to talk. I'll tell you when you can talk.
Tanya Monday.
Tanya.
Her name's Tanya.
I don't know what you're talking about though.
Pebbles.
Oh, okay.
Judge, I think that from the form of the defendant's questions, he's going to try to elicit hearsay evidence.
No, I'm not.
She can only say what she has knowledge of, not what other people were saying.
All right, so this is what, excuse me, this is what happened. You can ask your question, state if you have an objection, the court will make a ruling on your objection.
Thank you, Judge.
You recall the conversation that my girlfriend had with Miss Jones in the shop?
She wasn't nice, but she wasn't yelling like you were. She just came in and requested, she demanded money from mom, from Janice, for your work. And she said, mom was sitting there and very soft like she always is. And she said, look, I don't even know who you are.
Okay, well, let me stop. You can't get in. You can't get in.
Oh, why are you asking a question? You only finished.
You answered it already.
What?
You answered it.
Okay, then, okay.
Okay, so the thing now is, do you recall Janice instructing Miss Monday, my girlfriend, Pebbles, to bring me back to the shop?
And Judge, I'm not objecting to that too, so.
Do you recall?
All right, that'll be sustained.
Wait, what do I do?
Oh, don't answer.
Okay.
There's going to be another question that is asked.
Okay.
Okay. Do you recall Janice giving Pebbles any instructions?
And Judge, I'm objecting to that. That's also hearsay.
All right, that'll be overruled. The answer to that question is either a yes or a no.
Okay, I'm sorry. Can you repeat it one more time?
Do you recall Janice giving Pebbles any instructions?
Instructions? No. Do you want me to go a little bit further than that?
Please.
She said that she doesn't know she said, I don't know who you are. James worked for me. You
Judge,
do
like,
not.
that's hearsay.
So, like, I don't
State
have any
those.
reason to be talking to you. It's exactly what mom told Pebbles.
Was that the end of their conversation?
I believe so, yes.
She's
I think
looking at the
she
state.
actually maybe kind of tried to fight with her a little bit, not hard, but just kind of try to still get her to give the money to her for you. And then, sorry. And then she turned around and walked out. So.
I don't know what James is trying to prove here.
You remember the ending of the second night of our work when we got done?
When we had the sandwiches that night or no?
No, the last night. The last night that I worked for.
When we were at the U-Haul, when the U-Haul over at the storage unit?
Right.
Yes.
Do you remember when we all got back to the shop?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember the conversation that took place then?
Well, I mean, you got to be more a little specific than that because there was.
Okay, let me ask you this. Do you recall having someone with you that night?
No, no.
Okay. So when you got back to the shop, did you come back with me and Alyssa, or did you come back alone?
Yeah, you drove the U-Haul. You know that.
Right.
Right. And Alyssa was already at work. You know that too.
No. End of the second night. The end of the second night, I didn't drive the U-Haul back. I just parked.
Judge, with defense counsel testifying.
Sustained.
And Judge, we'd ask that the jury disregard the previous question.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're to disregard the previous question that was asked by defense. You may proceed.
You remember the storage unit?
Yes. Yeah, because I had a storage. Yes. I remember I had my storage unit there. That's how I showed mom where to go right there.
You remember when we completed the work at the storage unit?
Yes. Yeah, you worked very hard. You were sweating and yeah, you were awesome.
Do you recall leaving before me?
Yes, because you yelled at me and then you scared me and I started crying.
This guy's scoring own goal after own goal.
I'm not trying to be mean, but you know.
I don't take it. I'm not offended.
Sorry, okay.
I'm not upset with you at all. At all.
Yeah, and when I went back down the street, the back way around Jackson to De Zavala with the Chavano in mom's shop, I was still crying when I got there, and she was like, "What's wrong?" And I just told her, I said,
"Was there anyone else with you?"
No, I was by myself. You know that.
There wasn't another man with you?
No, you know that. Because Claire and her husband, and and they said that you told them to sit and get out of their way, and so you put 2 chairs down at the storage unit, and you told them they had to sit right there and get out of the way. And so I'm telling you what they told me. So maybe that's irrelevant, whatever.
You good? Please continue.
Okay.
Please continue. Hearsay within hearsay.
On the day of the incident, did the defendant leave with anything? Did he steal something, take anything? Did he remove from Miss Jones any of her property at all?
I can't answer that because when you threw me against the wall, I told you I was so scared. I left my face down, my hands up like this, so I could not see anything going on after that until at least I heard her on the phone calling 911, and then I was shaking and I went to like melt into the wall, and I finally like whispered, I was like, is it okay to get my head up and my hands up? Is he gone? Are the cops here? Like, so I'm sorry, I'm just answering the question.
No, as to that. So I picked you up with one hand and held a gun to your head at the same time.
So when you walked in the door, right? Why are you out? You know the truth.
Get it clear for them.
Okay, that's fair. Can I stand up? Is that okay?
Yeah.
That's for the defense.
Please, like,
their defense
if
is
you
having
would
to
show
act
us,
out.
I'm okay with it.
Oh
How
my
I
goodness.
Picked you up and had a gun to your head.
So it's okay to stand up now?
Yes.
Okay. So when you walk through the door, so it's like a rectangle building, and so the door's right here, and we had it open since we were doing boxes in and out of the wall. And Mom had most of this area, the main kind of back area was empty when we had. Oh, sorry. This so when you walk in right here, this big area is where we had boxes, like kind of acting them up, whatever.
You can skip forward to the part where I.
Okay. Well, you asked a question I am getting there. So when you walked in, though, so when you walked in and over here in that square area, you got one of those metal chairs and you slammed it down, and then that's when I got in front of you, and I was like, ooh, because I don't remember what you said to Mom, but you're making money, whatever, and I didn't want you to hurt her, so I got in front of you, and that. So if you're like this, and I went in front of you, I remember the gun was over here. So I guess with this hand of yours, you lifted me up like this from my orange sports bra and my black tank top, and you had the silver gun right here on my head, and said bitch something, I don't know whatever it was, and you threw me against the wall, and I landed literally against the wall right there, and then I just, that's when I told you I put my hands out and my face down, and I was praying. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, it does, but
Yeah,
it doesn't allow for. Can you describe this gun?
It was so fast. I just told you like 3 times exactly what happened.
Okay, so is it?
I don't know why you're asking when you know what you did. Like, I don't understand.
Because I didn't have a gun.
Oh my gosh.
Judge, I'm going to object to that. That's defense counsel.
It's my head right here. Yes, you did.
And Judge, we'd ask that the jury be instructed to disregard.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you do this to disregard the last question.
I'll pass the witness, but Your Honor, I would like to reserve her, please.
All right, thank you. All right, State, any further questions?
Judge, we have no questions for this witness. We ask that she be excused.
All right, the rule has been invoked. What that means, you're not allowed to discuss your testimony with anyone or view anything about this trial. Just make sure you're available if either party wishes to recall you as a witness, okay? Oh, someone will call you and they'll let you know whether or not they want you to testify again, okay? All right, if you'll leave. No. If you'll leave the square mic behind, that belongs to the court reporter. All right, thank you. You may step down.
Thank you.
It's your own personal mic.
Can I have parties approach?
I feel bad for her. First of all, I'm not laughing at her at all. I'm laughing that this defense witness, or that his defense.
I was told counsel wanted to see me at sidebar.
Well, the defendant, who's both the defense attorney and the defendant, is scoring such terrible own goals, literally asking the victim to reenact the crime. And she does it. And now it's locked in the juror's mind. It just, That's something the prosecution would want. That's something that's like the prosecution would try to get that to happen. Is like, make it real for the jury so they can see how it happened. Now it's real for the jury. And then to add on, it's like, why are you doing? You know what you did. He lost so much ground. He would have been much better off if he had just said, "No questions for this witness, Your Honor," and she can be released. That would have been better for him. But he is going backwards in a big way. All right, we're going to skip forward. It looks like they are done for the day here. Let's just check. Oh, looks like they're going to excuse everybody.
At this point in the procedures, I'm going to have you all back here on Thursday at 1:30 p.m. I have a document in the morning that I have to take care of, and then we'll proceed with testimony.
Okay, so now we get to jump to today's testimony.
You are not allowed to.
We're not allowed to
do any
do any of
investigation.
that. Okay.
Everything that you need to know about.
Yeah, everything you need to know, you'll find out. Okay, we're going to go to today's case. Let me see if we can find exactly where it starts, where they have one more witness left. Because this continues today. It should wrap up today, honestly.
Thanks, Ross.
All right, bring the jury in.
You'll bring
And
the
State, do you
jury.
have your witness ready?
Yes, Judge.
You do?
All right, if you could have them on the witness stand, please.
Mr. Grandy.
Today is Thursday. Podcast tonight, 8 p.m. And I think we're going to give out some free memberships tonight. At least 10. Josh, thank you for this, both this case and for the pinned message here, this latest one. Detective Kevin Landrum is the next witness. That guy just screams Texas.
Jury's coming in.
All right, and there's a square microphone up there.
Uh-huh.
Can you put that somewhere on your lapel? It's for the court reporter to hear. And just remember to keep your voice up so everybody can hear. Yes, we're ready.
Hi for the jury.
I need one of those medieval torture devices that can just grab my neck and stretch it out from my body a little bit. Got like a pinched nerve in my neck and it's really hurting. I can only look over this far. That's the extent of my, got much better motion to the left. They sell those inversion tables. I need the torture device one, the big wheel.
All right, everyone, please be seated.
That could just like...
State, call your next witness.
State calls Kevin Landrum.
All right, could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you can lower your hand. State your name for the record, please.
My name is Kevin Landrum.
All right, State, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Landrum, are you a resident of Bear County?
Yes, I am.
How long have you resided in Bear County?
My entire life.
Okay. How are you presently employed?
I'm a detective with the San Antonio Police Department.
How long have you been employed with SAPD?
I've been employed 25 years.
What have been your duties over the past 25 years?
The first 10 years I was on patrol. In the last 15 years, I've been a detective in the night CID unit.
Okay. Let me back up. What is night CID?
Night CID is a night criminal investigations division. We are the unit that handles all felonies that occur at night between the hours of 7 at night and 5 a.m. in the morning.
We do crime in the dark.
So prior to night CID coming on to shift, who is assigned to do detective duties?
During the daylight hours, it's the daytime units. And then between 5:45 and 7, there are usually some gap detectives that stay over from the other units that handle things until we come on at 7.
They're the dawn detectives?
And you stated, is that called the gap period where you said?
Yeah, there's a gap. Daylight detectives duty hours end at 5:45. Night CID's hours begin at 7. So there's a small gap in there.
During, excuse me, during that period, does, I guess, response time or assignment of detectives, is it a bit slower?
Yes, there's not as many detectives on duty at that time, and so sometimes officers will try to get a hold of a gap detective. They may have some difficulties, and if they do that, they'll hold the call until we come on at 7.
Okay. What was your position on June 1st, 2025?
I was a detective in Ayden.
Are you familiar with the case under SAPD 25110099?
Yes, I am.
What case is that?
It was an aggravated robbery.
How did you become involved in that case?
I was contacted by a patrol officer by phone after our duty hour started.
Do you recall the name of the patrol officer?
Benavides, I want to say. I don't recall. Yeah.
Okay. Do you recall the
Benavides?
approximate time that you were, I guess,
that name?
called about this case?
It was a short time after 7 p.m.
Okay. So generally, what are your duties that you're responsible for as night CID?
Like I said, we begin the investigation on all active felony cases at that time. So generally, my duties are to go out and begin statements with witnesses, make sure the crime scene is processed.
Okay. What does processing a scene involve?
Normally, that would involve having CSI out there and collecting any evidence, photographs, fingerprints, any type of evidence that is available after the crime.
Do you recall the location you were dispatched to?
I believe it was JC Alterations, and I want to say it was located at 4427 De Zavala.
Okay. And is that located in Bexar County?
Yes.
What did you observe when you arrived to the scene?
When I arrived, noticed it was a strip center type mall. The business was in somewhat of disarray. Looked like they were moving. Patrol officers were there. It was calm at that time.
Okay. What did you do when you arrived?
When I arrived, I made sure CSI was doing the processing that they needed to do, and then I began speaking with the victims and the witnesses.
Do you recall the names of the individuals you spoke to?
I believe I spoke with a Janice Jones, Daphne Smith, and an Elisa Ramirez, I believe.
Okay. Do you recall whether anybody else was present on the scene other than officers?
That I don't recall.
Okay. When you spoke to these individuals, did you find their statements consistent with one another?
Yes, I did.
During your investigation, did you develop a suspect?
Officers had developed a suspect and had given me a name who they believed was responsible.
Did you do anything else to further investigate that?
They had notified me that before I went to the scene. At that time, I pulled up a mugshot or located a mugshot of that individual, and I took it to the scene with me.
Do you recall the name of the suspect?
It was James Ross.
What did you do next in this case?
When I went to the scene, I took statements from the victims, and I showed the photograph that I had of the possible suspect to Miss Jones.
Okay. Was there a positive identification?
Yes.
What did you do next?
After I completed my duties there, I returned to the ICID office where I wrote a warrant for that individual.
Okay. What is a warrant?
An arrest warrant? That's a arrest warrant. So.
What's the process to obtain an arrest?
You have to write the warrant, and I take it before a judge, swear on the affidavit, and they issue the warrant.
Okay. And then what happened after that?
After that, I completed my report, and that was it.
Okay. So is that the end of your involvement in the case?
Yes, that was.
And what happens with the case next?
All cases that we handle at the end of the day, when we're done, they forward it to the follow-up unit, and we never see them again.
And for a case like this, what is the follow-up unit?
Would be robbery.
And are there more than one follow-up units in San Antonio Police Department?
Yes, we have multiple.
And how is it, I guess, determined where a case goes?
It's determined by the type of crime. We have property crimes, we have robbery, homicide, special victims unit, depending on what type of crime it is to where it goes.
So you briefly mentioned that the scene generally is processed, correct?
Correct.
In this case, was the scene processed?
Yes.
To your knowledge, were photos taken?
Yes.
To your knowledge, were prints taken?
I know they were possibly attempted. I don't know if any were collected.
I pass the witness, Your Honor.
Defense.
So, okay, so what time does the CID unit come, shifts begin?
We begin at 7 p.m.
And you end at
5 a.m.
shift. Okay. So the 911 call for this alleged crime happened at 17:49.
Correct.
Okay, so that's like 2-3 hours before you come on the shift, correct?
Approximately an hour and 10 minutes.
Okay. Is there no other detective that's there during that time on the first shift of the CID unit? Because I guess the first shift wouldn't be CID, it would be another unit.
Correct. The robbery unit would be on duty from 7:45 to 5:45. After 5:45, there are detectives throughout the city that stay later that cover the gap until we come on. I do not know who those detectives were that day.
Okay. So there was no detective contacted. It was as if they waited for you to get there to the scene to pass this on up to a detective.
I don't know if they were attempted to contact a detective and couldn't locate one, or if they just waited till I was there. But yeah, I was the one contacted after I came on duty.
Okay, and that was by Officer Benavidez, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Were you made aware immediately or not of the effects of the case as is? Was there a weapon, or was there anyone injured, or was there anything stolen? Were you made aware of these facts?
When the officer contacted me, he relayed the facts as he knew them and the evidence that they had gathered and what he knew. That's how I determined whether I need to make the scene or what my role in the investigation is going to be.
Okay. Did you make the scene?
Yes, I did.
And did you contact each of the witnesses?
The 3 witnesses that I named, yes, I contacted all 3 of those, yes.
Okay. Were there any more civilians there that were involved in moving things from the shop to the U-Haul?
There possibly could have been. I don't recall.
Interview anyone else?
Other than those 3? No, sir, I didn't.
When you interviewed those 3, did you notice any injuries on anyone?
No, I did not notice any injuries, no.
Did any one of them complain of injuries?
Not that I recall.
Okay. Was there anything stolen?
As far as my recollection of what it was, nothing was taken. There was only demands made.
So I like the record reflected, nothing was stolen.
He doesn't know the law.
And no one was injured. Okay. Was there an affirmative finding of a weapon?
I'm sorry?
Was there an affirmative finding of a weapon?
There was no weapon recovered at the scene, no, sir.
Did any of the witnesses inform you of the whereabouts of the suspect?
None of them knew where the suspect was, no.
So did any of them tell you where the suspect lived?
I don't recall. I believe possibly one of them thought you possibly may have lived a certain apartment complex or a certain area, but I don't recall there being an exact location of where you live, no.
So this aggravated robbery, these alleged victims said that I robbed them, or did the defendant rob them and didn't inform you of his location where he resides?
They did not know your exact address.
So you pretty much took over the case after Benavidez handed it to you, and so you were in charge at that point?
Yes, I was in charge of the case at that moment, yes.
So in a case where no one is injured, nothing is stolen, no weapon is recovered, how do you determine this to be an aggravated robbery?
I'm not sure I understand the question, but
okay, because the charge is aggravated robbery.
Yes.
Okay, so you know the elements of the aggravated robbery crime.
The elements are given by the victim. They're the ones that stated what occurred and how it happened, and so it's based on their statements.
That's all hearsay. What were the facts? The facts were there was no weapon. There is no injuries, and there was nothing stolen. So in order for it to be aggravated robbery, theft has to take place in the commission of an aggravated assault, correct?
Your Honor, I'm going to object to a misstatement of the law.
Okay.
Sustained.
Are you aware of the elements of an aggravated robbery, sir?
I am.
Can you state them for the jury, please?
Would be in the course of committing theft that a victim is in fear of imminent bodily injury or death.
Okay. So if there was no theft, then that would mean all the elements are not complete, correct?
No.
No? How so?
A demand for money is with the intent of a robbery with a weapon is that's insufficient.
Did the alleged victims tell you that the defendant worked for them?
Yes.
Okay. So did the owner of the shop tell you that the defendant worked for her?
Yes.
Okay. Did the owner of the shop tell you that she owed the defendant monies for work completed or work done?
She did say that there was money to be owed, but she had also stated that there was a time that you had been advised that you were going to be paid.
Gotta cut you off right there. So you're aware that it was money owed to the defendant or to the suspect of this crime?
Reportedly.
Okay. So we have that by your testimony that the owner owes this suspect money for work that he done for her.
Squirrel finds a nut every once in a while.
And and then there's no theft of property or of anything else. Again, I ask, how do you determine this to be aggravated robbery?
The victim stated that the defendant placed a gun to her neck and demanded money. That would make it an aggravated robbery. Being employed with somebody does not allow you to still go and put a gun to them and demand the money that you believe you're supposed to be paid.
Allegedly use a gun and demand money. And you're correct, it does not by any means. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Did you try to contact the defendant?
No, I did not.
Why?
The defendant fled, and I didn't try to contact him at that time.
You didn't? Did you attempt to recover any type of contact information from the owner of the shop as to the defendant?
The offices there had gained information for you. I believe a credit card, a cash app, things that had been done. Yes.
And you made no attempt to try to apprehend this suspect?
No, I did not at that time.
Okay. All right. Okay.
This man is driving his little ship
Who do you pass the case to
back and forth across the Atlantic, determined to find an iceberg to strike.
Well, excuse me. Let me rephrase. How long did you have a case before you passed it on?
The case was in my possession for my 10-hour shift, and then the following morning it was sent to robbery. There, a sergeant would assign it to a detective. I have no idea how long it took them to do that.
Okay. I think I heard you testify earlier, and correct me if I'm wrong, please, that you printed up a single photo for the owner to view and determine that to be the suspect. Is that correct?
Based on the information that the officers had given me of who they believe the suspect was, yes, I did. I printed a photo of that person.
And did you show it to the shop owner?
I did.
And did she positively ID that picture?
At that time, yes, she did.
Okay, there was another time when she didn't?
That was the only time I showed the photograph to her. So yes, at that time, she did positively identify that person.
So then she positively identified that picture as being the suspect that robbed her?
Yes.
Okay. Where was the suspect located? Where was he at?
I have no idea.
So the picture of the suspect that you printed for her to view, that she positively ID'd, was it the defendant?
Was it you?
Was it me?
No, it turned out not to be you.
Okay, so this woman positively ID'd somebody that wasn't the defendant as being the man that robbed her.
Correct.
How did you find out that he wasn't the man?
I found that out today, sir.
You found it out today?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So,
as I've told you, I haven't seen this case again since the day it left me. I don't know when they decided it was you.
In your time as a detective, have you ever had victim of a crime misidentify a suspect?
This is the first time that's occurred to me in 16 years as a detective.
Really?
Correct.
Wow. Okay. All right. Okay. Defense rests right now, Your Honor. I would like to preserve him, if I could preserve him.
The defense rests.
Any questions?
Very briefly, Judge. Detective Landrum, when you send a case to the follow-up unit, what information is sent or passed on?
My reports, all information, they receive all the information that was gathered, the officer's reports, anything that was collected by CSI, all information that I've gathered and anything that I've done, they receive all of that.
Okay, and I want to talk a little bit about case filing. So when you pass the case along, does that mean the case is filed?
No, the follow-up unit files the case.
Okay, and with filing, are you familiar with the term of an at-large case?
Yes.
What is that?
That's usually a case where they file it at large. The district attorney at that time will attempt to take it to a grand jury and receive an indictment rather than write a warrant.
And does that differ than an arrest case?
Yes.
What's an arrest case?
An arrest case is when the person is arrested on the scene at the moment of the crime.
And what kind of case was this case?
This would have been an at-large case.
Okay. No further questions, Judge.
I have one more. So in your 16 years, how many did you say you were a detective? I'm sorry?
I've been a detective for 16 years, 15 years, going on 16 years.
Okay. So you've never seen, as you testified to earlier, a crime victim misidentify a suspect?
In the years
that's asked and answered,
when I have shown a single photo because the person is a known suspect to the victim, I have never had one misidentify an individual.
Okay, my next question is, in the event that that does happen, what's the protocol to be followed?
Well, considering that I didn't know at the time that that was, and that was discovered later in the investigation, at that time, I believe he would have done another lineup, which would have probably been a 6-photo lineup to try to see if the person could do it then, because the single photo would be tainted.
Right, but if this crime victim, alleged victim, positively IDs a photo, and it's not the person who allegedly committed that crime, wouldn't that not, would it not make her a credible, reliable witness?
It could,
or victim?
It could make a question about her reliability. In this instance, I think there was several other victims though, and so that there's more information. It wouldn't necessarily totally eliminate.
Okay, so what's to be supposed about why this, from your knowledge, what's to be supposed when you have this situation as to a disability of the victim maybe, or a, she was tired, but with any reason that she may have misidentified or represented this photo as being the person that
Objection, speculation.
Sustained.
Okay, let me rephrase. What would be a reason that a person who's been robbed could misidentify the alleged perpetrator?
There could be many reasons. One could be stress from just having a gun placed to their neck and demanded money and thought that they were going to die at that moment.
But with the threat removed and in the safety of the San Antonio Police Department, what could be another reason?
Sometimes the trauma from an incident like that can last quite a long time.
She testified she wasn't. So,
Objection form.
Sustained.
I'll rest now, Your Honor, but I would like to defer this witness.
Any further questions?
Not from the state, Your Honor. Detective Landrum's excused.
All right. You may step down. Please leave the square microphone behind. And if you'll make sure that you remain nearby in case either party wishes to recall you.
Yes, ma'am.
The rule has been invoked. You're not allowed to discuss your testimony with anyone or view anything about this case until the conclusion of trial.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. State, call your next witness.
Judge will call Detective Royce Vasquez.
I can't figure out my taxes.
Yeah.
Don't know why I pay quarterly taxes, and then 1 month I pay 4 times.
All right. If you'll put the square microphone on your lapel somewhere so that the court reporter can hear.
We're going to speed this one up at Josh's request.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes just a minute.
All right. Could you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand. Just keep your voice up so everyone can hear you. If you'll state your name for the record.
Royce Vasquez.
All right, you may proceed.
Thank you. DT, how you doing today, man?
I'm sorry?
How you doing today?
Doing well, thank you.
All right. So you said your name for the record. What is your rank in SAPD?
I'm a detective with the San Antonio Police Department.
Okay. How long have you been with SAPD?
33 years.
And detective, is that like the first rank, or is that a promotion? Or?
It's a second rank. It's a promotion. Excuse me. I've been a detective since 2011, and in 2020 I went to the robbery unit.
Okay. How does one get promoted to detective?
You study and hope.
I get you, man.
Study and hope.
So what are your duties as a detective?
As a robbery detective, I investigate robberies and aggravated robberies that happen to individuals and businesses.
Okay. How many robberies do you think you investigate over your career?
The last 3 years, I think I've averaged over 90.
Okay.
Each year.
Okay. So, were you assigned to a case with report number SAPD 251-10099?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And let me ask you, DT. I'm sorry. Let me ask you, Detective Vasquez. Is your 90 cases, is your memory of every single one of them perfect?
Not at this age, no, sir.
Did
Not
you?
anymore.
Okay. Did you write a report regarding this report number?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Would a copy of that report help refresh your memory for testimony today?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Any questions, Judge?
Yes.
Thank you. May you just have a brief moment. I want to make sure defense has a copy as well. Stand by. All right. Let's start at the beginning because it's a very good place to start. When were you assigned this case?
I think there's a song
I was assigned
about that.
The day after it happened.
And what day would that be?
let's see, the 2nd of June.
All right. So what were when you start an investigation, what's the first things that you usually do?
You go over the offense reports, generally go over the offense reports. If the body cam is available, you try and go over the body cam. Well, this case happened after hours, after my shift is already over. My hours are from 7:45 to 5:45 p.m. And anything that comes out after that is followed up by either a gap detective or the night CID detectives. And this one was handled by night CID. And so I read the report and then the night CID detectives report. And then I just started to get everything ready so I can file it.
Okay. Now, I saw that there was quite a hiccup that happened while you were looking through that involving which James Ross was the right one. Can you describe what happened there? How you discovered that?
So I was reviewing the report, and night CID had walked the warrant. So when you run the individual, it shows if he has an active warrant. And during that time, the day after, I ran it, and it showed that he was still actively wanted, which means he had not been arrested yet. The following day, I ran him again, and the warrant shows that it had been cleared or returned, which means that he's been charged and arrested for it. So I checked I was going through the records and the reports trying to see who arrested him, because generally they will notify the follow-up unit that they have somebody with the warrant under arrest. And nobody had notified us. So I called to the intake and asked what had happened and who had arrested Mr. Ross. And they said, well, he was already in custody, so they just charged him with it. And that's when I discovered that was the wrong James Ross. So I went to speak with the judge, the magistrate, and we got that squared away. And so then I picked up on the investigation now, and I called the number that was given to the as for the defendant. I did go and speak with the victim, and I got her statement, and then I was able to get another photo lineup, and I presented her the photo lineup, and then I was able to she picked the defendant.
What was the name of the person you showed the photo lineup to?
Miss Janice Jones.
Okay. And what kind of format was this lineup? Was it a single photo? Was it a 6 photo?
A 6 photo lineup.
Okay. How are the 6 photo lineups put together?
We send a request to Central Records, and they will compile the photo lineup and then just put it together and show it to the victim.
Okay. Is it usually of people like with the similar features, similar appearance?
Yes, sir. If it was a person like me, then it would be another 50-something-year-old Hispanic male with beard or with similar features. So they want to make sure that you positively identify the right one.
Okay. What was the date of this photo lineup being shown?
I don't know I don't know that I wrote it down.
Okay. Do you know where the photo lineup was done?
I don't remember that either. It was either I believe it was at the shop. I don't believe it was at her house.
Okay.
I'm not sorry, I'm not 100%.
That's all right. That's all right. So out of these 6 individuals who were shown, Ms. Janice picked the right James Ross.
Correct. Well,
Okay.
she picked James Ross. So what happens is we'll get our suspect, and we know his name, but Central Records will just pick other people, and we don't get really we get their SIDs, so we could research them. But she picked James Ross.
Okay. So when you're showing this to her, I gotta ask this: did you give her any indication of which one was the right answer?
No, sir.
Okay, very good. Did you ever try and contact the defendant, Mr. James Ross?
Yes, I did. So after I had spoken with the victim, she gave me his number, and I didn't think that. I figured that the phone was in the property room because I thought he was under arrest until I found out that it was the wrong one. So I called him and I asked him, I'm looking for James Ross.
And when you say him, you're referring to?
I gave the number that was given to me for James Ross by Miss Janice.
Continue.
So I called it and I said I was looking for James Ross, and he said it was him, that he was James Ross, and I was kind of surprised because I wasn't expecting to speak with him. So I said, okay, thank you. And so I hung up because I was going to just start the investigation through the phone number. But then he called back And he started asking, why I was looking for him. And I explained to him that I was following up on an incident. And he said that he wanted to come in and talk.
Okay. And were you able to through your investigation, find out Mr. James Ross's date of birth?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what is the correct James Ross's date of birth? And the person that you called, did they come in to speak to you?
Yes, sir, he did.
Do you see that person in the courtroom today?
Yes.
Can you point him out for the jury?
Yes, sir. He's in the black t-shirt.
Okay. And for purpose of the record, can you identify him by an article of clothing?
Black t-shirt, black pants.
Let the record reflect that the witness identified the defendant.
You look good.
All right. So, was Mr. Ross detained, under arrest, or anything like that at this point?
No, sir.
What did you tell him that he was free to leave anytime?
I did, and actually, I don't think I had even shown Miss Janice the lineup yet when I spoke with him.
Okay, so the photo lineup was after this meeting.
Correct.
Okay, walk us through this consensual meeting that you had with Mr. Ross.
Well, he came in. He got a ride with a neighbor, and he came in and sat down, and we sat down in the interview room. I read him his rights. I told him he was not under arrest. I told him he was free to leave at any time he wanted. I told him that I would not. He came in on his own free will. He would be able to leave because I had not shown a photo lineup to Miss Janice. I don't believe so. There was no warrant, so I had no authority to arrest him, and I wasn't trying to trick him. I told him come in and talk to me and tell me what he wanted to say or what happened, and then he would be free to go.
Okay. What was Mr. Ross's rendition of events that he told you?
So Mr. Ross said that he had run into an old acquaintance, and he was kind of in between jobs, and so his friend or his former acquaintance told him that she was working for this elderly lady, and they were clearing out a shop, and if he was looking for some work, they were looking for some workers. So he said that he went over there and spoke with her and was pretty much hired on. And then Miss Janice said that she explained to him that she would not pay him until the job was done because she'd been burned before. And so he explained to me how he had been doing a really good job, pretty much did all the work because he was the youngest, I believe, male that was doing all the labor. There were a couple of ladies that were there and some elderly gentlemen, but they really couldn't do a whole lot. Mr. Ross being younger and fit, he was able to do pretty much literally all the heavy lifting. And so he explained that at the end of the first day, he tried to get some money for the work that he had done, and she told him no. And he told her that, hey, I need gas, baby needs Pampers, we need food. And she stuck to her guns and said, no, you're not getting anything until this is over. He told me.
What is your objection?
Okay.
I'm sorry, what?
I'll take that objection back. I'm sorry.
All right, you may continue.
But he told me that he explained to her, look, I got to get stuff, I need supplies at home, I need gas money. And when I got her statement, she told me that he had told her that he needed money for drugs. I didn't, but yeah. So anyway, so he told me that he had explained to her he needed some money. She said no. So then on the second day, after pretty much a full day of the full labor, he approached her again, asking for some money. She refused again, and he said, "I'm not coming back on Saturday." I believe, and he said, "I'm not coming back." And she said, "Well, that's fine, but you're not getting paid for not being here on Saturday." And then fast forward to Sunday. I'm not sure exactly how many times he went, but he had gone to the store where they had been working, asked her again for the money. She said no. I believe he said he kind of like losing it. So he walked out, and he had his friend who had given him a ride over there. She went in and tried to try to be a liaison, like, hey, how can we get his money? And, I don't know what's going on here. How can we get his money and we can just be out of it? And then she told her, I believe Miss Janice told her that, again, she's not paying him until the work is done. They still weren't finished clearing out the shop. Then he said he went in there and told her he got upset and kind of lost his cool. And he said, "Look, I need my money." And I asked him, I said, "Did you put a gun to her head?" And he said he denied having a gun, denied pointing a gun at her. And I said, "Well, on the report it says that you pointed a gun at her." I said, "Did you have your cell phone or something in your hand?" And he said, "I might have had my wallet in my hand." And I think he said he had like a silver, like one of those credit card wallets that look.
Did he ever show you the silver wallet or silver credit card holder?
I think he did. I can't recall, but I think he did.
Okay. Let me ask you something. Okay, this is gonna sound like some silly questions, but work with me. Do you have a wallet?
Yes, sir.
Okay, where do you store that wallet?
In my back pocket.
Okay, how long have you had that wallet?
A couple years.
Okay. You had other wallets before it?
Yes, sir.
Objection relevance.
When you pull out your wallet to take it to somebody, do you pull it from the front of your waistband?
No, sir.
Okay. Do you take your wallet and put it up to somebody's head?
No, sir.
Do you take your wallet and put it up under someone's chin?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. So after that, did you have any more? What was the end of this meeting?
Well, from the way he explained it, and I mean, he was very calm, and he explained it, and it seemed very reasonable. I think if I worked, we all know how June is, right? It's hot here, and if I'd done all that work, I would want to get paid also.
Did you find his story believable?
Yes, sir. I did.
Okay.
I explained to him. I said that I would have to speak with the other witnesses. I told him I would have to do some more investigation to figure out what we were going to do with the case.
So at this time, you had no probable cause, no real suspicion to arrest Mr. Voss?
No, sir. I had the victim's statement, and she had explained what had happened. And
did you want to continue your investigation after this meeting?
Absolutely. I had to try and get some corroboration on the victim's statement because, like I said, the defendant was very convincing.
Did Mr. Ross ask you for any kind of courtesy in regarding whether he got a warrant?
Yeah, yes, sir. He said, could you let me know if I have a warrant? If you're going to file on me, will you let me know? And I said, well, I can't, I'm not allowed to like warn you or say, hey, you have a warrant. But I told him that if I did, I would explain to him that I needed him to come back into the office and probably tell him to grab him something to eat or something on the way in.
Okay, so did you continue your investigation after this meeting?
Yes, sir.
What was the next step?
The next step, I called the other victims in the incident. I called Ms. Ramirez and Ms. Smith, and I spoke with them over the phone. I recorded their statements, took their statements over the phone, and I asked them about what happened. And both of them gave me the same story that pretty much that the victim had said, that he had gone in there with and demanding his money and put a gun to her head and said, if you don't pay me, I'm going to kill you. And Miss Janice just, excuse me.
Okay.
Miss Janice just said, well, if you kill me, how are you going to get your money? And so he stopped and thought about it and then left. That's what Miss Janice told me, and then that's what the victims told me. The others told me as well.
So all three witnesses were telling you the same story?
Yes, sir.
Did you find them credible?
Yes, sir. I asked because I mean, I'm not supposed to take sides, but I really did want to just like scrub this case and say, it was a misunderstanding. And I asked both of the others. I asked, are you sure you saw a gun? It couldn't have been a phone, couldn't have been a wallet, and they both said it was a gun. And one of the victims, I don't remember which one. I think it was Miss Smith. When I asked her for her statement, when she was giving her statement, she started breaking down, and it was just it bothered her. It affected her, upset her.
Did she appear traumatized to you from the event?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So when all this is done, did you apply for an arrest warrant?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And was that based on your investigation?
Yes, sir.
Now, when you apply for this arrest warrant, walk us through how does that process work?
So with the arrest warrant, you fill out an affidavit that gives the victim and the suspect's information and their identifiers, and then you put on in the report basically it's a probable cause statement that says that the elements of the offense of a robbery, which were the demands for the money, and a threat of physical violence or threat of with a deadly weapon, since it was going to be an aggravated assault. So you have to have that in there, and then also for the aggravated assault, which would be the pointing of a firearm at somebody, and you take that to the judge, swear to it and that it is true and correct to the best of your knowledge, and then the judge will sign it.
And what was the judge's decision based on your arrest warrant?
They approved the warrant.
Okay. So when this is done, did you give James a call?
Yes, sir. I told him that, you know, he'd give me his word, and I told him, well, if you're going to be a man of your word, I'll be a man of my word, and I'll if I do a warrant, then I'll call you. And so I called him, and he said, so I have a warrant, and I said, well, I need you to come in, and I probably want to pick up something to eat on the way in. And so he said, all right, and I don't remember what else he said, but initially he said he would come down, and then that was it. I never heard from him. He didn't come in, and I didn't. I called him back, but he never responded.
So after you called him, he never came in?
No, sir.
Thank you so much, Detective. Pass the witness, Judge.
Defense?
Hello, Mr. Estes.
How you doing, sir?
See you again.
So we meet again, he says.
So, on the day of this incident that took place at the shop, when you were handed over the case pretty much from Detective Landrum,
correct?
Did you go to the shop and interview the alleged victims then?
No, sir. The date of the incident, that was I believe it was a Sunday, right? I got the case on Monday, and then I don't know the exact date, but I went, the first step I did was I went to go interview Miss Janice at her house.
When you interviewed her at her house, did you have a body cam on?
Yes.
So we have a recording of that interview?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you interview her any more times subsequent to that?
No, sir.
Did she sound believable?
She did.
At no point did she seem aloof or like she was making it up?
No, sir.
Did she give you a description of the gun that was held to her head?
I don't recall.
Okay. Did she report to you anything that was stolen?
No, sir. Nothing was stolen.
Okay. So that means that would, okay, no, not like that. So nothing being stolen, and
that means there's no robbery, right?
Did she allege that she invited the defendant to come and pick up the monies owed, or did he just randomly pop up there asking for money?
I don't remember if she said that she had invited you or the defendant. I'm sorry, but I know that whenever the defendant got there, the work had still not been finished, and so I think the defendant got there in anticipation that, hey, the job should be finished by now, and I can collect. And unfortunately, Miss Janice just kind of sat there and said no, and would not give the money or pay the defendant.
Okay. That's testify. So that would make it seem as if the defendant just randomly went up here on Sunday demanding money, correct? Is that how she makes it seem to you?
I didn't get that impression. I didn't get the impression that the defendant just like popped up out of nowhere. I believe the defendant probably, now I can't speculate, but I'm guessing the defendant probably thought that the work was done and could collect, and but apparently the work wasn't. And Miss Janice was just very black and white and said, "I'm not paying until," and she would not relent.
Did Miss Janice relate to you any of the events of the night that the defendant stopped working for her?
Other than, no, the only thing that was that I recall is that she had talked about at the end of the night, the defendant had asked for payment for the, I believe, 2 days that he had worked, right? 2 days he had worked.
Okay.
For the amount of work that he had already done. He asked for payment for the money for the work that he had already done for her, but she refused, and said that she had already told the defendant, "I won't pay until this job is complete."
I want to offer a statement that might make you recollect that time right there a little better. Do you recall whether
see the
or
prosecutor
not
go,
the defendant asked for a portion of his pay or the entire amount on the end of the second day.
And Judge, I'm object to that. This is calling for hearsay evidence. It's what other witnesses have said, as well as speculation.
He's who.
All right, excuse me. If you would repeat your question, please.
My question is, do you recall whether Ms. Janice, the supposed victim, said that the defendant asked for a portion of his pay or the entire amount?
All right, that objection will be sustained.
Okay.
As if it's better. At gunpoint. I didn't ask for all the money. I just want some of it. At gunpoint. Yeah, it's still aggravated robbery.
So, how long have you been a detective?
14 years.
14 years. In 14 years, have you ever seen alleged victim misidentify her suspect?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
What would be a cause for that?
Shock, mistake of fact. There's a whole lot of reasons people mistake. I mean, people have come up to me in the store and asked me if I was somebody else, you know. And so if you're trying to identify, it's a photo lineup is not an easy way to identify somebody. I personally prefer a better way, but
so in the event of such a misidentification, which has the ramifications of prison and you know how serious it is, once that is proven to be a misidentification, what kind of position does that put the alleged victim in the eyes of the detective?
Well, I mean, it all depends on the person. If
well, you specifically, how would you feel?
Well, it made me think about today. It made me think about what was going to be like in court. But I don't know how Ms. Janice misidentified the other James Ross. The other James Ross, I think there's a 2-year difference in age. I don't know how she did that or why she did that, but
okay, let me stop you. I don't mean to be rude, so please hear me, but would it lend to the credibility or reliability of her testimony or her statement at all, being that she misidentified the person that allegedly robbed her?
I don't think it would affect her credibility. I mean, not in my book. I don't think because she picked the wrong picture that she's lying about everything that happened or anything that happened.
She was offered a single photo,
right?
Not a lineup.
Correct.
So,
well, and so
it wasn't dark either,
right?
When she was.
Judge, that's defendants testifying about events.
Sustained.
And Judge, we'd ask that the jury be instructed to disregard the last question.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're instructed to disregard the last question. All right, you may continue.
On June 1st at 17:49, what time is that? What time is 17:49?
5:49 p.m.
So at June 1st, that time of year, at that time, what would the natural environment be like?
Plenty bright, still, right?
Okay. 17:49 is when the second police call was made for 911. So when she was interviewed and picked the wrong suspect, allegedly, it was broad daylight, correct?
Excuse me. I don't know about that. I believe night CID comes on at 7. So it would have been an hour later. And then by the time they got out there, because that's way out I-10 and De Zavala. And by the time they get there from downtown,
was that decided, Phil?
Could have been a minute. I'm sure it was still daylight. I don't know how bright it was.
Now, when you were made aware that nothing was stolen and nobody was injured, why did you still proceed forth with?
Because if I walk into a bank and demand money and they just close the windows and I walk out without money, that doesn't mean that the robbery the intent wasn't there.
That's fair. But the facts that the defendant was in her employ, does that not lend to the fact that it wasn't a theft? Because if he's owed monies and he's instructed to come collect it, certain day payday.
Yes, unfortunately, that becomes a civil matter. And so, like, I have a friend who was
So my question now is, if it becomes a civil matter, how is this aggravated robbery?
When a weapon is involved, it's no longer civil. And when you violate criminal law, then that's whenever we have to step in. I have a friend who is a plumbing master plumber. He had done a job that contracts and everything at a brand new building.
Okay, I gotta stop you right there, sir. I'm sorry. We gotta.
That's all right.
Can I see that, please? And can we interview for you? Well,
Phil, the day I make my Daisy Link video, she gets a new trial. Wow. I guess I'm going to have to post it now.
when Mr. Roth came to interview with you, Your Honor, I would like to enter this wallet into evidence as an exhibit. How do I? Okay. Do you remember the day when the defendant came to interview with you?
Yes.
Okay, when he interviewed with you, did he seem like he was, did it all make sense and he was trying to get this, behind him, or or did it seem like he was trying to get away with something?
He seemed very rational. He seemed very calm. He seemed very polite. He didn't seem, he didn't act shady. He was very believable.
Forthcoming?
Yes.
Okay. Did he have in his possession, when he came to interview with you, what he claims he had in his possession when he was at the shop?
I think so. I think the state asked me that, and I wasn't sure. I wasn't completely sure. I thought he had shown me like a silver wallet or something, and yeah.
Okay. Are you aware of how many people have been killed by police officers under the guise of reaching for their phones?
I'm not aware of how many. I don't know the number, but I do know that it happens.
And the officer is said to fired his weapon, killing the suspect, and he pleads that his phone was a weapon. Correct?
Correct. He believed it was a firearm. The phone was a firearm. Whatever object was in his hand was a firearm.
Right. And that's happening all over the country.
Yes, sir.
In alarming rates, and people are dying because these officers are assuming.
Judge, we're getting into the defense testifying again.
Sustained.
Would you remember that object if it was shown to you?
Yes, I possibly.
Okay. Is this, Your Honor, may I approach the witness?
Yes.
Judge, I would like to see the object that he's approached the witness with.
What does he have? It's his wallet? It's a Ridge wallet?
Judge, we asked for the relevance of this object. It's, I saw him pulling it out of a fresh wrapper, so is this yours? Or?
No, this is not mine. This is exactly.
The objection will be overruled. You can approach the witness.
Thank you.
What are we doing here?
Please. We'll call this defendant's exhibit number 1.
Is it numbered? The judge is so over this trial.
Okay. When the defendant came to interview with you, do you recall what he had as being that?
I believe it was something like this. I couldn't tell you if this was the exact one, but it was something similar. It was something like this.
That's a Ridge wallet.
And would you consider this to be like a credit card wallet?
Right.
With a money clip on it?
Yes, sir.
Judge, I'm going to have to object. The defendant is showing and publishing to the jury an item that is not yet admitted into evidence. He's not laid the predicate for it, and he has no foundation to show it to the jury or ask any further questions of this witness about it.
All right.
Sustained.
The objection will be sustained. Is that being offered into evidence, or is it being offered as demonstrative?
It's being offered in evidence.
All right,
Evidence.
then the objection to the state's objection then will be sustained.
He's saying it was my credit card wallet, my metal wallet. He just opened up. He just bought it off eBay or something.
If you were called to a scene as an officer and for a disturbance and you were alerted that there's a weapon on the scene, and you came to that scene and you seen, 2 people arguing, and one had this in his hand in his argument as talking to the other in the argument, would you feel like that's a weapon?
I feel like it could be used as a weapon. I wouldn't say that I would immediately feel it was a gun. But just about anything could be used as a weapon.
Right, but
would I think it's a pistol?
Yes.
Possibly.
Okay. this could possibly, from your vision afar approaching the scene, seem like, would you liken this to like a revolver?
I don't know that anybody's ever pointed a wallet at somebody though.
Right. Of course. I like, and it'd be considered a gun. Right. So I want to just go back a little bit. So the defendant willingly and even eagerly asked to come and interview with you.
Correct.
Okay. When he came, was he alone?
No, his neighbor brought him.
Okay. And do you recall? I'm sorry. You know what? Thank you for coming. I'll rest now, but I would like to preserve this witness also, Your Honor.
All right. Any other questions?
Few questions, Judge.
Yes.
Mr. Ross, can I see that silver? Thank you. All right. Detective, may I approach the witness, Judge?
Yes.
May I use the well, Judge?
Yes.
All right. Detective, from here, the way I'm holding this, does it look like a firearm?
No, sir.
What about now?
No, sir.
What about now?
Yeah, it's a little different.
Okay. If I hold it like this, does it look like a firearm?
It could be.
How far away am I from you right now?
I guess about 20 feet.
Okay. May I approach you?
Yes.
And I'm just gonna make contact with you.
That's fine.
So if I put the gun to your head like so, I'm sorry, the wallet to your head, does it look like a firearm to you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about, does it feel like a firearm?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's metal. It's something metal on my head that doesn't go there.
Okay. But if I pull it out and put it to your head like this, could you see that was a firearm before I put it to your head?
No, sir.
Okay. What about when I'm coming up to you and I'm putting it under your chin? Could you be able to tell there was a firearm then?
No, sir.
Okay. When you were talking to, thank you, by the way. When you were talking to the witnesses about whether a firearm was involved, were they adamant about it?
Yes, sir.
Did they all have a similar description of that firearm?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And defense exhibit 1 is not the object that you saw that day during the interrogation or during the meeting.
I don't remember. I remember seeing, I believe he had like a credit card what do they call it? Credit card holder, but I don't remember like.
Okay.
Exactly.
Let me ask you regarding the misidentification. Did you act on the identification of one witness or 3?
3.
And they all identified the same person?
Yes, sir.
And they all said he acted with a firearm?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. We'll pass the witness, Judge.
Any further questions? All right. All right. Thank you. The rule has been invoked. You're not allowed to discuss your testimony with anyone or view anything about this case until the conclusion of this case. Just make sure you remain in the hallway in case anyone wishes to recall you. All right. And if you'll leave the microphone behind. Thank you. State call your next witness.
Judge, the state rests.
The state
All right,
rests.
ladies and gentlemen, I am going to have you go back to the jury room and we will have you back out no later than 3:25. All right, everyone please rise for the jurors.
Man, it's getting late. How do we end up so late? I think we're gonna have a little motion here that's gonna be filed, and I've got to post my video. I've got it fixed from this morning. All the video works. If you missed them this morning, I tried to reveal video I spent all
All right,
night
everyone
editing.
please be seated.
It may have been inspired from a
All
story
right.
similar to
The state
Daisy
has
Licks.
rested. Defense, are you going to be prepared to proceed?
Excuse me?
Yes.
Beg your pardon?
The state has rested. Are you going to call any witnesses?
I would like to call Janice Jones.
Are you prepared to succeed?
All right, so here's the thing about recalling witnesses. Did you inform the state that you wanted her here today?
No.
Why not?
Because I was unaware that it was necessary for me to let them know. And I wanted to
How else are they going to have a witness here if you don't let them know?
and call or contact them. You know, okay, well, yes, I would like to call a witness.
All right. And what are the witnesses are you going to ask to be recalled?
You should let me know all of this before we come into the courtroom. That's the
Excuse me.
You should let me know all of this before we come into the courtroom. He starts chewing out his attorney. Wow. So he's got his polite side and then he's got his angry side. That's nice. Good thing the jury didn't see that one.
Yesterday, I said, let the state know whatever witnesses you want called back so they can have them available. Now, what I'm asking you right now is what witnesses that the state called that you want them here?
Janice Jones, Bethany Dawn Smith, and Elisa Ramirez.
All right, state, if you'll call and have them down here, please.
Of course, Joe.
Who else?
On Monday, also. I believe she's here.
All right, Twanda Monday, is that a witness that you're planning on calling?
Yes.
All right, anyone else that the state has called as a witness that you want back here?
I think I'm about to catch a whooping.
All right, so those are the only witnesses that he's requesting to be back here. So if you could call them and see if they can come down today. And then
we're going to skip ahead.
Deputy Lord, if you could have Ms. Ferguson, if you could see, I know it's not your job, but if you could see if Ms. Ferguson can have Ms. Shaw here, Attorney Shaw, to let them know that her client is going to be called. Does anyone need to take a short break?
Just to contact our witnesses. And get them
All right.
Did she say
All right,
short?
we'll take a short break.
I think she meant short.
Yeah.
Short break. We're going to skip ahead. Man, you should have told me this before I got in the courtroom. Whoa. Bailiffs, stand by. Okay, break time's over. I wish my fan was a little quieter. I can't stand this little buzz in the background. Judge is going to call the case. A few more people here in the courtroom. So Kathy Russin from Law and Crime is reporting that Daisy Link is getting a new trial.
All right, everyone, please be seated.
Her conviction was overturned.
State, you rested, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, defense, call your witness.
Vince would like to call Tanya Monday.
All right, if you'll come up here, please.
This is Pebbles. Pebbles first up. This is the one who was intimidated not to. Oh, she's got her lawyer with her. That's a great thing to bring with you.
All right, there's a square microphone that's up there. If you'll put that somewhere on your, yes, and it's for the court reporter to hear. All right.
Thanks
Can you
for
raise your
dressing
right hand for me,
appropriately to
please?
court.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can have a seat and lower your hand. Make sure you keep your voice up so that everyone can hear.
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this witness has an attorney that is representing her. So if at any time she needs to confer with her attorney, the court will allow that. All right, if you'll state your name for the record.
Tanya Monday.
All right, and could you spell your first and last name for the court?
20 Monday? Something like that. I don't
All
know.
right, defense, you may proceed.
I'm sorry, they muted it. It wasn't me.
Right into it.
The tie-dye's looking great. It's looking sharp. Nice and
Do you
brilliant.
know the defendant? Well, do you know him well?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever seen a defendant with a weapon?
No.
So on the day in question, do you remember the time leading up to? Did the defendant ask you on the day in question for a ride to collect money?
What day in question?
Yes.
What monies was he talking about that he was trying to collect?
Supposedly money owed to him for helping a lady pack a storage or something move out.
Had he received instructions from this woman to collect monies on this day?
I don't know. I didn't know what was going on until I gave him a ride.
When you gave him a ride, these monies, where did y'all go?
To a plaza off of Days of Allah, a shop, an antique shop.
When you got to the antique shop, did the defendant go in by himself or did you go in with him?
He went in by himself.
And I take it you remained in the car?
Correct.
About what time was it?
The first time
or the second time?
First time.
The first time, it would have been that morning, somewhere around 9 o'clock, I believe. I'm not for sure. I just know it was that morning.
Could it have been 2 o'clock?
I don't think so. Before 2, I don't know. I just know it was twice that day.
Okay. When the defendant returned to your vehicle after leaving the shop, what was his disposition? What was his vibe? Like, what did he look like?
He came back out to the car. He said that he was upset.
His disposition being, was he angry? Was he frustrated? Was he upset? Like,
Frustrated that he hadn't got paid.
Objection
frustrated that he had not got paid?
Correct.
This is on direct.
Did he ask you to do something?
He asked me, could I go in and speak with the lady because he didn't want any confrontation and see what she wanted to do about paying him.
Did you?
Yes.
So at that point, did he stay in the car or did he, and you went in?
He stayed in the car.
When you went in to the shop, what was your thinking of what your task was?
Just to go in and ask what was going on because I was I was the ride and I wasn't going to be running back and forth to be taking somebody to get something because my gas and my time was valuable.
So upon entering the shop, did you contact Miss Janice Jones? She was the owner?
Yes, I asked, was Miss Janice Jones there? She said she was, and that's when we spoke to each other.
Can you tell us about that conversation that you had with her?
Yeah.
Judge, I'm object to that. That's hearsay.
Sustained.
How many more people were in the shop when you went in there?
It was the owner, Miss Jones, another lady, and then another older African-American woman.
So there were 3 people there?
Correct.
Okay. When you recognized that it was Miss Jones that you were speaking to, what did you say to her?
I introduced myself and I said that James asked me to come in to see, like, when did you want to pay him so that I can bring him back up here whenever you have time. And she said, if you can bring him back between 5 and 6.
Did you?
Yes.
So you got back at 6. Did Mr. Ross get out the car and go back in the same as the first time?
Well, he got out the car and he approached 2 men that were standing outside by a moving truck, talked to them, walked in, and came back out.
When he came back out, was he running?
No, he walked out.
Did you see him throw anything? Or
no.
Did you see anyone coming after him?
No.
When he got back in the car, did y'all leave in a hasty manner or?
No, because I didn't crank my car because I asked him, did he get paid? Because he owed me gas money. And he said he was ready to go. And I said, are you going to wait to get paid or what you going to do? And then it was like about a minute or 2. And then I finally cranked my car and drove off.
Do you live in the same apartment complex as the defendant?
I do.
Okay. So, when y'all left the shop, is that where y'all were going? Like back to the apartment complex? Or?
Yes, I took him up to his apartment and I stayed on the other end in a different section.
On your way home, what did you see in manner of traffic?
On my way home from where? On my way home from where?
While we were leaving from the shop.
Oh, I saw police officers.
Where?
Going the direction that I was coming from. I was going this way. They were going that way.
Did you see the defendant with a weapon at all this day?
No.
Did the defendant make any type of indication that he wanted to rob this woman?
No.
No further questions, Your Honor.
State.
2 questions, Judge. Hi, ma'am. I wasn't able to pick up, what was your name again?
Swanya?
Twania. Okay, may I call you Twania?
Sure.
Okay. All right, so let me ask you, that day when you were giving James a ride, did you see him with a weapon that day?
No, sir.
Did you see him with his black wallet that day?
I seen him with a black phone, and he has like another like silver like fold up like where you can't take people credit card numbers and stuff, a little thing like that.
Okay. Does it look like? May I approach the witness?
Yes.
Showing us some label state zone number 1. Does it look somewhat like this, or is it different?
No, it looks like that.
It looks just like this?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Ooh, state stepped in it.
What was James's demeanor when he went inside?
When he went inside the first time, I mean, he was just going to, I guess, get paid. But when he came out, he seemed frustrated.
Oh no, like did he seem like very did he seem upset when he went inside?
The first time?
Oh no, the second time, right around 5 o'clock.
No. He just said he was like, he don't know why she hadn't paid him.
Okay. So at 5 o'clock, James went inside. He was cool?
Yeah.
Okay. When he came out, did he seem frustrated?
Yeah.
Was he breathing hard?
Not really. Just like mad.
Okay. How well do you know James?
We've known each other. It's been about a year.
Are y'all in any kind of relationship?
It's difficult. That's all I can say. It's difficult.
Okay. Would you consider James your boyfriend?
Yeah.
Okay. So y'all are in a relationship.
Yeah. I just haven't been talking to him.
Okay. Would it surprise you to learn that James has not been referring to you as his girlfriend?
Yeah, definitely.
I imagine that.
Whoa.
Would you do anything to help out James?
No.
How'd y'all meet?
We met, I have a business. I have a business that I run, and I was in the store purchasing something, and I met him there, and we just communicated for a while.
Okay. Did you talk to Miss Detective Royce about what happened this day?
Is that the detective down at the place where yes, I did.
Okay. What'd you tell him?
The same exact thing that I'm telling you today. Like, what part?
Like the whole thing. Like, what'd you tell him?
I let him know that he came. Well, I had backed it up and let him know because he asked me what did I know, and I told him that probably on that Thursday or Friday, I wasn't for sure what day it was, that James was telling me, you know, that he was working for somebody as far as helping them move, and that he had borrowed $20 from me because he hadn't got paid yet, and that we had discussed that he was saying that he wasn't going to go to work Saturday because he hadn't got paid, and he thought maybe the lady wasn't going to pay him, and he wasn't, you know, he was just like, I'm not going to go back, I'm not going to even be bothered with it. And so I let him know that on that Sunday, James came and asked me to give him a ride because the lady was going to pay him. And I took him up there and I told him, you know, what happened. James went in, came out, asked me, could I go and talk to her because he wasn't fully understanding what she was saying. I guess like their conversation didn't go as well. So I went in, I spoke to Miss Janice, whatever, I don't know her name, I don't know her. And I went in and I introduced myself and I stated to her like, hey, I'm not confrontational. I'm just coming in because James didn't fully understand what you were trying to say to him as far as paying him. And I'm just trying to get some clarification so I don't be running back and forth. And it was some young lady that was there, stood like in front of me. And I was like, hey, like, can you back up? And the owner of the store, she told her, she was like, hey, can you just get out of her face? Why are you standing next to her? Why are you standing in front of her like that? And so she told me, she was like, well, this is between me and him and not you. And I said, I get that. I'm just asking because I don't want to be ripping and running. That time she said, bring him back between 5 and 6. And I said, okay, I'll let him know. And I walked out. And I told him when I took him back up there, he got out. He went and talked to the two men that was at the moving truck for a minute. He walked in. My window was down. I didn't hear any arguing or anything like that. And he went inside the building. He was in there for about 3 minutes, I say. He came out and he said, let's go. And I said, no, like, if you didn't get paid, what are we leaving for? Do we need to wait or something? And he said, I'm ready to go. And I cranked my car and I left.
Okay, so you drove him over there. It sounds like you said you had your window down?
Yeah, my window was down in my car because it was pretty much the summer and I turned my car off.
It's hot, right?
Yeah.
You were parked right in front of the shop?
I was parked in front of the shop.
Okay.
Well, not directly in front. It was a truck and then it's like a parking lot and it was the truck right there and I was parked on the side of the truck.
Okay. So you had your window rolled down, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you say you didn't hear anything? Okay. Just a moment. I may have just a brief moment. Judge, if I may just approach technology to get it. Hey.
Whatever he's showing you, you may be able to see it from there or either from there.
I just posted the video on
Tony, I'm gonna pay for you what's labeled as state exhibit number 3. That's gonna be 911 call number 2. If you could just listen to it with me.
It's the 911 call. This is pretty rough.
Thank you.
But to slow it down. If you've got a minute to go hit Twitter up and
I would like to object to the plan.
Give it a share.
On what grounds?
On grounds that it's irrelevant because she was outside and this tape was obviously played from the inside of the building, so there's no way possible.
She's testified to the time.
All right, objection is overruled.
She testified to how long you were in there, and this will give an accurate.
Police, fire, or EMS.
Did I work for her? Did I work hard for her? Yeah. Did I operate in good faith for her? Yeah. Why the fuck ain't you paying me my money? You told me gonna pay me at 2 o'clock when I got here yesterday. I'm not waiting till you get finished. Give me my money. So when how are you gonna pay me today? You ain't gonna pay me today? Well, what's the problem? I did it to you. Let me see you give out my money. I'm not playing with you. You took my gentleman to weed. I've been a gentleman in time with you all the way through this process. I went hard for you. And this how you do me? Give me my fucking money. I know your story, gang. I know how you live. Don't play with me, come on.
Tony, do you recognize the voice on there?
That's a minute and a half.
Whose voice is that?
Yes.
Whose voice is that?
Ben's.
Did you know he was saying these things in there?
No.
I'm sorry. Could you see what's going on inside?
No. No.
You had your window rolled down?
Yes.
You couldn't hear, but you couldn't hear that?
No, because if you see the parking lot where my car was parked, I wasn't directly in front of the building. The entrance of the building is here. There was a truck here, and I'm parked on the side. So no.
Tony, I ain't trying to mess you up, but I think you just testified before that you were parked right in front of the shop.
And I corrected myself and said, no, I was not directly in front of the shop. I was parked next to the side.
Just one sec. Why did you park to the side of the house or of the strip mall?
Because when I pulled in, I just pulled straight up and it was a big moving truck right there and 2 gentlemen out there. So I just parked right there. I didn't think that I had to park anywhere else.
Was that so that people couldn't see your vehicle?
No, my vehicle is red. It's noticeable. And the 2 gentlemen outside seen it.
So you didn't see or hear anything that was going on inside?
No, I didn't.
You didn't see James go into the shop?
I seen him walk that direction. He was, like I said, he came, he was standing there talking to 2 gentlemen. And then he walked towards that way, and he has to go up a little thing to get in.
Can you describe the what James was wearing that day?
No, I don't even remember.
Okay. What were you wearing that day?
I don't know, probably a t-shirt and some tights like I have on today.
Was it red?
Pretty casual.
Was it a red shirt that you were wearing?
No,
Okay. So you didn't see James go inside?
like I seen him walk that way. Do you want me to say that I see him walk through the front door?
Do you go by the name Pickles or Pebbles?
That's my nickname, it is.
Okay. Which one? Is it Pickles or Pebbles?
It's Pebbles.
Okay.
That's the name of my company as well.
Okay. Did you introduce yourself as Pebbles to the people at the shop?
No, I didn't. My name is Twanya.
Okay. So you didn't see or hear anything?
No, sir, I didn't.
You didn't hear James making these remarks to everybody in
No, sir, I didn't. Have you seen the outlay of the building?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if I'm telling you that I was parked over here, there's no way I can hear what's going on inside of a closed building. I'm outside in my car.
So you didn't see or hear James pulling a firearm?
No, I didn't.
You didn't see or hear James point that firearm at multiple people?
How can I see something on the outside of a building?
Well, I'm just asking if you saw this or not.
And I'm constantly saying, no, sir.
Okay, that's fine. The silver wallet that James had, you know where it is?
No,
How long had he had it before that?
he's had it ever since I've known him.
Okay. Did he use it often?
He packs it around everywhere he goes with his cell phone. It has his cards and stuff in it, like his Cash App cards and stuff in it.
Did he have it that day?
Yeah,
Where does he put it when he doesn't have it?
I don't know. When he don't have it, it's either in his pants and his socks, depending on what he has on.
He puts it in his socks?
Yeah, like you just tuck it in your sock. Have you ever I've seen it in his sock. But I'm feeling like you're asking me questions as to where did he have it this, where did he have it that. I don't know. I didn't see it when he got out the car, but I knew he had it because he takes it everywhere he goes.
So
He had it when we left
Hold on,
the house.
Tanya, hold on. So you're saying that you knew he had it, but you didn't see it?
When he got out the car, I didn't see it, but I knew he had it because he had it when we left the house. When we were headed up there, he had it.
Okay. Where do you have it at? Did he have it in his back pocket?
No,
Where do you have it at?
he had it in his hands.
Yeah, in his hands.
He sure did.
Okay. Did he have it? Does he put his wallet in the front of his pants like this?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, you just said that you knew that he had in his hand. Where else does he put it?
Asked him. I don't know. Like he can put it anywhere. I told you he either has it in his hands and I've seen him put it in his socks. I've seen him take it out his pocket, but I don't know where he had it when he got out the car.
Have you ever seen him put it in the front of his pants like this?
No.
Okay. Judge, we'll pass the witness.
Defense, any questions?
Yeah, a couple more, Your Honor. May I approach the witness, Your Honor?
Yes.
And I want to demonstrate something with this.
I would ask what you're going to demonstrate.
You know what? I won't.
I'm going to demonstrate holding it up to somebody's head or their neck. What are you going to do?
Do you remember before the defendant got out the car that day?
What part? The first time, second time? Like
Second time.
I just
Opening the door and exiting the vehicle.
Judge, I don't object to that. If I can't lead, he can't either.
Yeah.
All right. What is your objection?
What?
Leading, Judge.
All right. That objection to leading will be sustained.
Okay, you can lead because you're on cross, sir, objector. He can't lead because he's on direct.
Yes.
Defendant can't lead.
You recall the defendant dropping his wallet in his phone.
Judge, I'm object to that. That's leading.
Sustained.
When you went inside the shop the second time, or no,
I never went inside the shop the second
Right,
time.
excuse me, I misspoke. When you went into the shop the first time, what was the demeanor of the woman that was standing in between you and Miss Jones?
Judge, I'm objecting to that as to relevance.
That'll be overruled.
What was the demeanor of the woman that was standing in between you and Miss Jones?
She was at a stance, like defense, like whatever it was. I just told her like, hey, I'm not here for confrontation. And the owner of the store told her like, move, get out of her face.
So you feel threatened by her presence?
Yes.
Okay. Can you describe this woman? Her physical features?
I don't know. She's Hispanic or white. She just had like shoulder length hair. I really didn't even pay any attention.
Would you say her hair was blonde?
Judge, objection, I'll be leading.
Sustained.
Okay. You don't remember at all what color her hair was?
Like
Judge, that's also leading.
I don't
know. Excuse me. When an objection is raised, stop talking.
Yes, ma'am.
And then I'll make a ruling on the objection.
Okay.
And if you have a question over whether or not you're allowed to answer that, just let me know. All right, the objection to leading to that question will be overruled.
I mean, I don't know these people. Like they were all like just a blur to me. I just know that she had untamed hair. It was light colored. I mean, that's all I know. It was a mixture of light and dark. It wasn't blonde. It wasn't brown. It was a mixture of two colors.
Did she speak to you at all?
No, she just really stood in front of me.
Further questions now? Thank you, Ms. Mosley.
State, any other questions?
One moment, Judge. Judge, no further questions from the state.
Is this witness excused or subject to recall?
Subject to recall, Your Honor.
All right. It's your witness.
Sorry, excuse me. Okay.
Do you have other questions?
No, I don't.
So is this witness excused?
It's your witness.
All right. The rule has been invoked. You're not allowed to discuss your testimony with anyone or view anything regarding this trial until the trial has ended. Do you understand?
Legally
All right,
blonde,
if
thank you so much.
leave behind the microphone. Thank you.
Don't take that with you. We need that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you a 10-minute break and then we'll bring you back in. Everyone, please rise for the jurors.
This one's empty. I'll need another one. It's clearly defective. All right, we're going to skip through the break, 10-minute break, and we're trying to get done today. Let's see. Maybe a 20-minute break. How long is this going to go? Holy cow. Judge, do you come back today? Oh, she does come back. Nifty. We're almost done. What should be a soundbite? The water? I thought it was peeing. Oh, no, the mic. No, not for water. The ASMR pour.
Your Honor, Rika Fox, may ask the court a question.
Yes.
If I was to testify with being my own attorney, would I ask myself questions and answer them from the witness stand?
Yes.
This is the dilemma.
If that is how you wish to proceed.
I'd like to ask myself
Is there
questions.
any other way I could proceed?
In the third person.
What do you mean? I have no idea.
Or maybe one of
my standby counsel questioning me?
Or counsel questioning me? Or
Well, you're not allowed to have a hybrid defense. Either you're representing yourself or you are not.
I would.
So are you planning on testifying?
No, you're not.
Okay. All right.
This is
Let's bring the jurors in.
All rise for the jury.
if I were to testify, would I ask myself, what if the defendant were to testify? Would the defendant ask
Yes.
himself or in third person,
No.
the witness, the questions? It's like, these are problems you don't have to deal with if you have a lawyer. Honestly,
All right.
I think there might be
Everyone,
reasonable
please
doubt
be seated.
about the weapon. I think there might be a lesser charge here that he'd be caught with.
Defense, you may call your witness.
The state would I mean, not the state, I'm not the state, sorry. But defense, I decline to be called witness.
All right, do you rest? I'm sorry?
Yes.
State, do you close?
Yes, Judge, we rest and close.
Defense, do you close?
No, I'd like to close.
All right, could I have parties approach?
Oh my goodness. Oh, he doesn't know what he's saying. He doesn't know what he wants. Okay, you still got charged if you imply you have a weapon. Some cases, yes. I'm just looking at the. I was looking at the Texas. What were the laws in Texas for that charge? Anyway, it's I don't know if aggravated robbery would be the right charge if it was only if the victim only thought there was a weapon, or if the weapon that was used was not a deadly weapon, being a little wallet. If he never said there was a weapon or implied there was a weapon, and that can be implied with how you pull it out of your pants and hold it up to somebody, that could be implying it. You don't have to say, "Oh, I have a pew
All right,
pew."
the state has rested and closed. Defense, do you rest and close?
Yes, they do. Okay.
All right, ladies, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to have you all here tomorrow at 9 a.m. And we're going to start with my reading of the charge of the court, which is the jury charge. And then both sides will have a chance to present their arguments to you if they so choose. With regards to parking tomorrow, there are no jurors that are usually called up. Usually the judges are made aware if jurors are called up on the Friday. So there's not going to be a group of 300 people that you have to account for in the parking garage on Friday. You've heard all of the evidence that you're going to hear in this case at this time. You are not allowed to view anything about this case. You're not allowed to read anything about this case. If you see anything about this case, just disregard it. You're not allowed to do any investigation about this case. Everything that you need to know about this case is to come from inside the courtroom and nowhere else. Do not even think about this case unless you're in the courtroom, and you are not to begin deliberation until I give you leave to do so. Does everyone understand?
Don't even think about thinking about it.
All right. Everyone, please rise for the jurors.
Right. With that, the judge says we're going to make you wait another day. Here's what's going to happen. It starts again tomorrow. I'm gonna show you what I wanted to have work this morning, but didn't. I fixed it. We've posted it.
All right.
Let's go to.
So everyone, the charge is being prepared.
Prepare
the jury
the charge.
is being prepared. It's being printed out. We're going to remain here. We're going to look over that charge and see if there are any.
Yeah, we're not going to remain there. All right. So I tried to play a video for you this morning. This is one that we put together. I didn't realize it was going to be as relevant today as it was, but I think now we've got it all fixed. So here's what we're going to do. I need the sound up right there. Breaking news, Daisy Link, who was convicted for murdering her some part-time boyfriend. That was the one, you're going to be fine type thing. The shooting, the running around the house and moving the truck and things like that. It was an interesting trial. She was awarded a new trial. Her conviction was overturned. So she's no longer convicted. She's going to be awarded a new trial. And that happened today. A couple hours after I decided to make a little video that was, any resemblance to actual facts in the Daisy Link case is purely coincidental. Purely coincidental. It's just Daisy Link was famous not for the murder that she was accused of, but for the fact that she became pregnant while in jail without ever meeting the father. The father, or the male donor, I guess the case goes, was also incarcerated, and she was able to communicate with him through voice through the air vent in her cell. And at some point they figured out that they could also transfer notes, little messages, small packages of love, back and forth between the two. And I'll let you do the math on the rest of it. But this is what we posted on Twitter. And I think it's going to work this time. So if not, you can go to Twitter and you feel free to share it and like it and everything else. I messed it up again. I put the sound to the wrong place. 1 second. I need it to go to you. You have to be able to hear it. There we go. All right. You can see it. We're good.
Through the cracks in the stone, I heard your voice, a whisper in the dark.
Can you hear me?
No other
I'm thinking of you.
We'll be metal bars soon. Can't cage the dreams we spin. The air vent carried you, and I let you in. The world won't understand this kind of fire in a concrete tube. We built our empire. Daisy in the walls, reaching through the night. Planet in the shadows, growing toward the light. They'll call it madness, but it's just our way. Daisy in the walls, blooming every day.
All right, there you go. You've got it right there. You heard it here. Daisy Link, unrelated to that video at all. Any similarities between her life story and that video are purely coincidental. Is getting a new trial. So if you go on Twitter, there's actually a link to the full song. There are multiple verses, and it just gets better. So Billie Eilish is either mad she didn't write this, or her lawyer's writing a cease and desist letter. No, it's I honestly, I tried to write that song from the vantage point of someone who thought that that this was a good idea. That's what I went for in this one, and the best I could get was no one is going to understand this. So, all right. With that being said, it's now time to wrap up for the day. It is evening time. Dinner should be cooked and on the table. I think it is. I think they're eating without me. But tomorrow we start bright and early. We'll be going live at 8 o'clock in the morning. Set your alarm clocks. We're going back to the Mansion murder trial. It starts early. It's getting spicier. It's getting better. If you had trouble sitting through some of the trial earlier, I think it's going to be better and better as we get towards the end. And obviously, defense is going to be a little spicy as well. So, Legally Blonde, thank you for this one. I love this. Don't let your feelings become felonies. See you later. Thank you. Tonight when you go home, please hug the people you love. Smile at someone, make their day just a little bit better. And please stay safe till we go live again tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Wait, no, we have the podcast tonight. Also at 8, but it's at 8 p.m. Podcast at 8. Then, I need to build the podcast so we can just portal. It's almost time. No, there's no portal. We'll have that up. Podcast tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. Please join us for that. Thomas and I will be here. We'll give away some gift memberships as well. And then we'll have a good night's rest. The 4 hours I got last night were not enough. And then we'll be back in the morning with the Mansion Murder for Friday to end up the week. So, guys, we get to each other. Have a wonderful evening. If you do get an opportunity to retweet the X post, I'd love it. I'd really appreciate it. That would be wonderful. So, thank you all. You guys are amazing. Have a good night. Bye-bye.